Hey, everybody! I feel like as soon as I
Hello.
came up live, I feel like I got the one of those little bubble burpees in my, my throat. That's like the
Isn't that
worst. Like,
and that's how it always happens. It's exactly
yeah,
just as you
yeah.
yeah.
As you go to, I can't imagine like if you're up there singing and you're on a gig, and yeah, I can't.
Yes, yes, yes. I do have stories, which is one of
Um,
the reasons why I don't tend to eat.
mm,
Um,
prior to. Welcome,
yeah, I don't.
everybody. Hey,
Yeah,
Michelle.
welcome in.
Welcome in.
Come
Welcome in.
in.
Duncan, thank you for being here first tonight. Duncan
I know
1900.
I didn't make it first. Brenda beat me. Yeah.
Actually sipping on coffee a little bit.
Ooh,
I felt like having a little. I know I
okay.
might wire myself until tomorrow afternoon
You're
because I
just
was
not gonna
also
learn. You're just not
yeah.
gonna learn. When are you gonna learn?
No, no.
You
Maybe
know
when
better.
probably when I meet God and he just tells me like, well, you could have learned sometime. It was kind of obvious. I sent the lessons over and over again, but I knew you wouldn't, and I
It'll be
have grace.
when I'm 64. You
Yeah,
can do it when
maybe.
you're 64.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll shoot for that.
That's when it's gonna happen.
I'll shoot for that. Well, if you guys are watching this on the replay, we're just starting off, goofing off. We're very happy to be here with you. This is Maureen Washington, my co-host, Diva in the Dirt. Woohoo! Her channel is
Mm-mm.
amazing, so make sure you check
Oh,
her out. And she'll be
bless
on
you for
tomorrow
saying
night.
that.
Tomorrow night at 10. You're welcome. 10 p.m. Eastern. And then what's that Pacific time? Because I don't
7 p.m. It's nice and early for us
right?
Pacificers.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
I had that. I don't know if my like glasses. No, you look nice and clear. I look like I'm in a smoke-filled room. I'm waiting for Journey to bust out over here. I don't.
Just a small town girl. Have you tried to wipe
I
your
don't.
living in the
Yeah,
love?
that's a
Oh,
good
right.
idea. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Pardon me, everyone. Mm, 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 mm. There. What
It
do you
is
know?
better.
It's a
Yeah.
little better. I'll clean
Yeah.
it later.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I had
putting it
someone
away. Oh, good
someone
thing.
say to me, they go, "Oh, did you get a new camera with your video for videoing? Is they just like it's just so great?" And I went, "No, I just remember to wipe the lenses."
Well, you got that thing like I got too that I don't know how to use yet, and it does make a big. Hey, gardening warrior, thanks for coming
Hey,
in.
gardening
The
warrior.
our thing that we can hold on
Oh,
to,
they
and
yeah, that
that
thing.
really showed up. But it showed up in your when you were going to the other property and shooting some of your
No, I
plants.
just I just have just a I just have a plain, like a
Really?
non-electronic gimbal. I've used that gimbal once and it was doing some crazy things. So
Oh,
I had to say, okay, you need to simmer down.
mhm.
And so I have not broke it out again,
Oh no! Oh
fortunately.
no! Because I have it and I haven't really used it yet. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh, thank.
it could be just me. So,
No, it's not.
I'm using the Rhodes wireless. So I like there's a lot
Mhm.
of things that were going on that day.
Oh,
So it could be all of the above.
yeah, I
So
have the same
um
issues with technology, so yeah,
yeah.
I better
Yeah,
try it.
it's like I need to take 30 years off of my life and
Mhm.
then I would probably do much better.
Right? They all grew up with it, so that it's like that little upgrade in their brain is no big deal.
Yeah.
Like for my
Yeah,
daughter and
exactly.
her gen, like the millennials,
Ex-
she's the
exactly.
younger, she's like right on the cusp. She's of the cusp of millennials and Gen Z. And yeah,
Mm,
they just no problem. They grew up with it. Hey, Albert
mhm.
Miranda, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. Well, tonight
Yeah,
I
thank you very
decided
much.
David the Book. David the Good has a book. Might as well call him David the Book. David the Book.
David the Book has a good book.
Yes, that's a good book. David the Good has a book, Free Plants for Everyone. It's the one that I was looking for that I don't know if I have it, and now I need to get
Mhm.
it, of course, because I collect his books. But it is
Yes.
about propagation and recreating plants from plants in your yard to then move on to the other book from him where you can create a nursery in your backyard. and
Uh-huh.
start selling, or I was even thinking
Brilliant.
like trading on here. I mean, I guess you Canadians would have to trade with Canadians legally.
Yes.
Um, but
Yes.
it's a way for us to cut costs with plants. Thanks. And
Yes.
it, I started to actually make a list to also know how they need to be propagated and which ones will
Yes.
cost me less time to do.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
And
Love the Land Homestead, welcome in.
hey, Marty, thanks for coming in. The other thing is that when you are in your own area, then that is something that is acclimated to the area and will be
Mhm,
already established and used to, this environment. So it's actually
exactly.
a really
Right.
good thing to do, in your local.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah,
where,
and even on
people could
Etsy
take,
for us, I don't know if you guys are they allowed to do the Etsy up in Canada?
yep,
For okay.
yep,
Etsy is a big thing where I go sometimes and I look for Florida sellers just for that reason that you mentioned, because it'll be
yeah,
acclimated already to Florida, and I shouldn't have as much time, like time getting it used to my yard or it
exactly,
going into too much
exactly,
rock. Yeah. So,
exactly. Yeah.
but I
And
thought, go ahead.
oh, I think my train just boop out of the
Oh,
door,
oh,
out
did
of the
it? The
thing.
station?
It
You're just
left. Doo,
okay.
doo, doo, left.
I
Hmm.
I get that moment. That's why I'm having coffee because I'm having that. I had 2 naps today because
Ooh.
my body made me. Oh my gosh, my first no way. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's that little bitty.
Yay! Oh, I
Yay.
know.
Thank
That's
you.
what we should have started with.
Well, it's like I look at it and I'm like, yay, but I'm like, okay, I want to get to the 4,000 because they've been putting those commercials on my videos and everything else for the 5 years I've been on here. Just like they don't
Mhm.
start you with that money, but that was wonderful. Thank you for blessing me,
Yes, and
Micheline.
so
You're
big
awesome.
congratulations to South Florida Sunshine. Carol has made her first level of 3,000 watch time hours, and so she has moved into partnership. So, yay!
Yay. Thank
So
you.
exciting.
That's awesome, Misha. I'm just going to leave that up. That's my first one ever. Thank you. That was so
Take a
sweet of
picture
you.
too.
I know. Mm.
Take take a picture with your blessed cup, and I'll smile.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me do this because I don't know how to do it from screenshot on my phone. That's the only
Yeah.
thing. I mean, on my laptop, because again, not technically, just a little technically challenged. All right.
Yes.
Everybody, hold on. Let me angle it so it's out of the picture.
Everybody's
Smile.
everybody smile.
Smile inside chat. Yay. Thank you. Thank you,
Hopefully
guys.
it looks good.
And
Just not weird.
ladies. I know. It'll come out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Actually, I
Mhm.
should check it, which is one thing I tend to not do. Forget who it was I was talking about. Yeah, I look super happy.
well, you you are super happy.
Look at that. I
Oh,
was like,
we look
yay. Yeah,
great.
I
That's a
look cute.
great one.
I might use that for the cover, Misha. I might put it on my cover for when I announce, like when we do the live to announce it. Because I might do
Yeah.
all that maybe on my birthday. I'm not sure. Like that birthday weekend live when I
Yeah.
do. That would be I guess the 26th because it falls at such a weird time. It falls on a Tuesday.
Mm.
But yeah, so I
Mhm.
started, hey, did I just see somebody else? Girl dad. Hey, girl dad. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Um, yeah, so I started this list just now, really. I haven't um made it that thorough and it's quite messy, but I just started to make my list where I went mentally in my mind around my yard and I'm trying to think like, okay, what trees do I have? Because I start with the trees because the trees are usually your big money maker unless you have a separate list of like rare
Right.
plants or things like that. Hey, God's desire for me, welcome in. Yeah, and
Mhm.
I appreciate you guys going over to Divas too, giving her a like, spending a little time in there. We're both still working towards our 4,000 hours so we can get partnership with those, AdSense, that they
Yes,
want to give us.
where we
Mm-hmm.
actually get to make $1.18 per month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. About that, yeah. If we get those 1,000 views, if we make the
Yes.
1,000 views,
Yes.
we
Yes.
might make a
Yeah.
little bit of money. But
But it's,
yeah,
it's a
good.
start and we're moving
It
forward,
is.
so that's all that
Yes, we
matters.
are. We
So about
got
the
the
trees,
first. first
Yeah,
boss
so
level.
trees are a really good thing because when you
Yeah.
look at what it costs at the box stores,
Hmm.
and you go, "Oh, mine are acclimated. They were grown, raised here. They're in
Right.
great shape." And
Hmm.
so it's like you could either be competitive with prices or you can even go, "Well, mine are $5 cheaper." And,
Yes.
more guaranteed to survive
Right. You
as
have to
opposed to they
also
were,
look. Go ahead. More guarantee
no.
instead of buying from a different state
Yeah.
or area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Um,
No.
and of course, there goes the ADHD blank
Mhm.
moment. I was going to say our box store is notorious too for bringing in things that are not for our area.
Mhm.
So that is a very good idea. But you also want to look on, we have OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You want to look at your competition, like look up that particular thing that you're selling and see if you can just
Yeah.
undercut them a little bit.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to make money doing it, like you
Yeah.
got to be little homework, just a little bit. But if it's
Yeah.
just for like what we talk about, like right now we just beat the first boss level and it's great to get a little change for our effort. Hey, Huga, welcome in. I had
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huga came in yesterday at Swoops, and I had to teach everybody how to say her name. And then she's like, "But after we were going through it, and they were finally saying it, she's like, "But CB is okay too." Like she's so cute.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I I I do love that style, Huga, of just comfort, like Scandinavian comfort. I wish
Yes.
I could do that with my house. I wish I could have like my German grandma and she would just go around my house with me and be like, "No, you don't need that." She was actually my great grandmother. She would be like, "Why are you holding on to this? I didn't even like that." Like
But it came from your house. I didn't like it.
I didn't
Throw it
like it. It
out.
was a gift. It was a gift from somebody I didn't even like. You could give that away.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so I guess too, like what I said is finding your easiest trees to propagate first.
Yes.
Like one
Yes.
thing we all love about mulberries, super easy to grow, super easy to propagate. Take a cutting, shove it in basically any like our ground here, we can just shove it in the soil and it sprouts
Wow.
and starts growing.
Wow.
So you have to find out if you're going to have to do it in potting soil or like a sand, peat, like the mixes that they do for that kind of propagation. The other types that are pretty easy are anything that is from a pup. Like for us, it would be the bananas, pineapples, aloe if you're going into, your plants.
Ooh.
Really easy to propagate. Um, I think my
Well,
jaboba.
in where you live, not for me,
Yeah,
and
I mean, for
definitely.
me, like you have
Mhm.
your own examples, possibly of what that is pretty easy up there to propagate, or like in propagation, we are talking about cuttings. There is also air layering. There's from seed, of course. Um, and then there is, grafting. Now, grafting and air layering are a little bit higher up on the skill level of gardening.
Mhm.
So maybe you start with plants that you can get from cuttings and pups in your backyard so that you know that maybe you can trade other
Yeah.
gardeners with
Yeah.
those. Um, but yeah, that was how I'm trying to go through and do it. Like I know mango is only a graft. So you have to have a rootstock
Okay.
to put it on, or you have to have another mango tree to graft it into. Um, but you can take cuttings off of it with the nodes, and somebody who knows what they're doing will want that.
Mhm.
They'll buy that cutting. The other things I have that are from cutting that I know of are called chaya, which is an Aztec spinach. It's the spinach that
Ooh.
you have to boil it first because it's got, I don't know if it's cyanide. We have this thing with tropical plants that they have some serious poisons in them
Mhm.
that you boil them out, like chaya, but then chaya is healthier than our traditional spinach. I
Oh,
After I boil it, what I will do is dehydrate it into a powder. You should see it looks like spirulina. That's how dark green the powder is.
wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
a
so
real
it's
and my
really good for you.
yeah. So that's also another thing to sell is if you do like dehydrating, sell the powders off
Yeah.
your leaves and things
Yes.
like that. Um,
Yes, that's really good.
the
There are the other
oh,
other, thing is, I don't know how well it's going for you guys, is the app called Nextdoor, and that ends up being
Mhm.
very localized. I'm
Yeah.
finding that I'm getting more traffic from Nextdoor than I do
Oh,
Facebook Marketplace for my bread.
okay. I didn't yeah, I
Hmm.
wasn't even thinking. That wasn't even on my radar, but that's a great one,
Yeah,
is
it's another
next
one,
door.
and it does tend, because it is more local, like you can
Mhm.
be in certain, subdivisions and,
Yes.
be connecting with people better that way.
Right.
So I
It's
do find that I get more orders from that. I've never done Facebook Marketplace. I've always just posted it on my page,
I bet
my
you would
Facebook
get it if
page.
you yeah, I bet you would get more on Facebook Marketplace. Just
Yeah.
pictures
Well,
of
I'm
the bread that you make, but I mean, you don't want it to go too kooky crazy because you're doing it like just you, right? Like Marissa doesn't she'll help you a little bit, but that's
Marissa does help. Yeah, like today I
okay.
was at a gig, so it was like, as I started the bread, and then it's like, okay, we're on the second 15-minute, stretch and fold. So I'm going to go to the gig, and so she took care of it. And then by the time I was home from the gig, it had done all its 15 minutes, all its 30 minutes, and then it's hour and a half of proofing. But I went and bought, because the orders are going up, I went and bought a 22-gallon um, container, like it's whatever they use in commercial kitchens. So it's a great big,
Mhm.
and that thing it was 22. Oh, sorry, 22. Yeah, 22 gallons. 22
Okay.
gallons.
Is it like one of
Um,
the plastic square or round containers?
yeah,
What is
it's
those?
square.
Okay.
And by the time I got home, that thing was completely full of the dough, and I
Wow.
was making 12 loaves today.
That's awesome
So
now that you have
yeah,
that.
but yeah, and so then I do have to invest more in Bannetons. Like I
Mhm.
just ordered more, so I can do all of them, and I think I can go up to 19. But
You
they're all different.
you
Some of
need
the
to
Bannetons are too small.
copyright Diva in the Dough. I'm serious.
Deep
You
deep
might
in
end
the
up
dirt,
with
deep in the dough.
yeah, you might end up with the bakery with the way that
Oh,
you never know. You never know
aw,
because
yeah.
I have faith in my friend. I know that she's
Thanks,
gonna
thanks.
she just got that sparkle. That shine and sparkle that people are drawn to. It just takes them a
Mm,
little while to see it through all the stuff that gets thrown at us. Like on YouTube, I noticed I think I looked at one M&M thing because it was in the feed. Now they're sending me M&M everything, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I don't need a bunch of M&M like in my feed. So like, yeah, anytime that happens, like where you're going through shorts and you start watching a couple and you're like, you go down a rabbit hole, then you get all that
yep,
stuff. Yeah.
yep,
So we're up against that. Like when people do that, then they're missing us. They're not
yes.
getting, yeah, we're not getting play. But
Mhm.
some of the things I would do is, yeah, definitely look around your yard for your easiest trees to propagate, which would be by cutting or by pup if you are tropical like me. Um, Other thing too is root divisions. If you have something that's just a root division,
Yeah,
lemongrass is pretty much you just divide it and there you go,
yeah,
trim it down a little bit.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
or lemon balm, which I have, scads of it
oh
everywhere,
yeah,
and so I find it in another pot, so I just take it out and stick it into another pot. So,
yes,
elderberry.
I had elderberry root really nice in the house. Stuck it out in the yard in the soil, and it was like, "Oh, hell no, it's hot here." And it just died. It went into shock and died, but I wish I could
Wow.
do elderberry. I've gotta find a microclimate in my yard. Oh, and you have
Yeah.
the area that's a really good berry.
What is that one?
Area
Aronia? Aronia?
aronia berry is, like, super, I think, high in anthocyanins. Like, they use it in,
Ooh.
smoothies and stuff. Chokeberry,
Oh,
it's also known as chokeberry,
okay.
but
Brenda, Carol got monetized at the first level, so she made her
yes,
3,000 watch time hours.
we're both at that. We beat the first boss. We just gotta now
That's
get to
right.
that next.
You just gotta get to that second one.
That's right.
I think as of today, I think I need 650 like 650 hours or something like that. That's
You'll
it.
get there.
Yeah.
That'll be like nothing to knock out after us knocking out like the 3,000, I think. I
Yeah.
think for
Yeah.
you it'll go quick,
Yeah.
especially if we keep doing the lives. The only problem is, do we ever get to not do the lives because the hours
You got to
are
keep the
tr-
you got to
dropping
keep them
off.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, but I don't mind. I mean, this is our visiting time, and
Exactly. This is our
my
Friday
friends.
night, Carol
Yeah,
Maureen hangout. And
that's
then we have
right.
Maureen and Carol hang out on
Yeah,
Saturdays. It's our visiting
exactly.
time.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate it. I'm just like, so yeah. I'm shocked Misha came in and did that. I never expected that. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Misha. That was so sweet of you. Let me see. Eric Aronia berries. Let's see. You can push the branches into the ground while it's still attached to the bush. Oh, that
Yeah. Isn't
reminds
that
me too.
cool?
Blackberries. If you have a good cultivar of blackberries that produces large blackberries, that's something to sell. Like the wild ones sometimes are really can be danky, but if you get
Yeah.
a good cultivar, that is something that you can show off and possibly
How do you do blackberries? How do you do
cut
them?
it.
What's the
I
best
believe
way?
it's cutting. I believe it's just cutting. They fall over
Okay.
sometimes and just keep going. The only problem
Yeah.
is some people don't want them because they can get invasive in certain areas. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, that was so sweet.
Because I have I think it's two different kinds of thornless blackberries. So,
Nice. Yes, that's a popular one because people don't
mhm.
wanna deal with it, and I saw that short finally. I don't know why, not probably Eminem took up the spot in my shorts.
Buy the
I
M&Ms. Eat the
Yeah,
M&Ms.
yeah,
You
it's
want
not
the
even
M&M.
those. It's not even the ones you eat, it's M&M, Marshall Mathers, like the
Oh,
rapper.
oh.
Yeah, I'm like, gangster rap, 'cause I was watching, like, how they do that dance move, uh, what is it? Anyway, and it ended up in a hymn, and now I've got, like, gangster rap coming at me and Eminem. So, yeah, interesting. That's why it's pushing out my
Wow.
friends, and Maureen has a very cute short with her chickens enjoying. Were those raspberries that you said that you
Yes.
planted near there? That was adorable. Little chicken
Yeah.
butts.
Yeah, they just like, "Oh, it's we go eat the raspberries. We try to get a pie."
I love it.
Mhm.
I loved the
Mm,
little fluffy chicken butts too.
mhm.
And the
He's a
one
fluffy butt.
that the fluffy butt, the one that took a dive, like, just to get there. Like,
Yeah,
just,
it's like, "Oh,
"Oh,
there's nothing there."
oops." Yeah, that's where I thought wherever they touch the ground, blackberries will root. Now, I think aren't raspberries similar to
Okay.
that? Are raspberries like the cane? I think a lot of the cane
The
plants are
canes
like
just
that.
keep coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
So
just keep coming up, keep coming up.
some people want to keep them in maybe containers so they don't have to deal with that. But yours would be really good because it doesn't have the thorns and there wouldn't be that concern of, oh, it's going to come up and there's going to be thorns there and I'm going to have to deal with that throughout my whole garden. If
Mhm.
it comes up, there's going to be fruit there. Invasive fruit to me is like a good thing. Some
Mhm.
people might complain about it, but if it's edible, I don't. You should see my yard right now. I obviously had my Discoria alata, which is a purple yam, in my ground and it proliferated. And I have vines all underneath my plumera trying to grow up
Oh,
the neighbor's
wow.
fence. It's growing up my plumera. I'm like, oh, I obviously left some in the ground, I guess. Yes, I did. Because they're
Mm.
everywhere. And I'm the person that, I've told you, like I had concerns about growing watermelons because of snakes and vines. Well, now I've got a whole area that's all vines and it's going towards the neighbor.
Mm.
Oh my goodness, your raspberries move themselves. That's
Yes, they
they
do.
they chose
And
where they wanna be. They're just like, "No,
we
we don't
don't
like
want to be here. We want to be over here. Well, I've kind of got mine contained, but they're still coming up. And those again, I dig them up, pot them, and then go to sell them.
Mhm.
But I wasn't super at selling them this year. A lot of times when someone came and bought something, it's like, here, take a raspberry too. You want this raspberry? There's a good
Yeah.
raspberry. Look, it's got raspberries on it. Take the raspberry. I have too many of them.
And that's the thing too, like, even with, like, finding out what's easy to propagate, if you have some extras, it's a way to encourage your community to grow. Like, here, this is super easy. Like,
Yes.
this is a super easy plant. I would just wanted to give it to you. I'm also on Facebook Marketplace. If your friends are interested, I'm giving you this one for free just for word of mouth. Ta-da!
Yes. Yep.
Like, even our neighbor, I saw that I think he's got some trees in the backyard, and some of them actually look like they might be mango. I haven't been able to talk to him about them. Plus, I don't want to be like the nosy neighbor, like, hey, I was on a walk and I just happened to glance in your backyard and saw, like,
Were
how do
you
you bring up?
stealing them?
No, I didn't.
Like
He
the
doesn't
video that we
irritate me.
saw?
No, that was different. I don't steal them. I ask. I did steal one once, but they weren't home. So it wasn't technically stealing because it was on the ground already and it was in my walking path, where we walk along the canal. But there is a serious problem
Mhm.
with that during mango season. People just up and walk into
Mm.
people's yards who have big mango trees.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I would not like that. I wouldn't want strangers coming in my yard. Um,
No. And that's
that
what
would
that video
scare me.
was showing,
Mhm.
was it
Yeah,
was
that we were
showing
saying
people that were,
doing that.
um yeah.
Yeah, they had it on, their security cameras of strangers just
Mhm.
walking up in their front yards here in Florida and people taking
Mhm.
their mangoes. But mango would be one of the harder ones, and like we've talked about, and you even said, and I've said, that mango seed can be a different mango altogether that you plant, but then it can take on your name or the name of a loved one down here if you get
Hmm.
it to grow in your backyard. And I have to
Mhm.
ask Brian, our friend, if that's okay. Like, if I name that mango that he gave me, after a loved one, or
Mhm.
if he wants to name it, if it produces something good. Uh,
Right.
but those would be your harder ones, unless you're really great at grafting in, and then still you would have to pay for rootstock.
Mhm.
Yes, I remember her talking about that, and even people being like, "Well, like assuming that they're gonna get mangoes from her and talking to her
Mhm.
like that. That's horrible
Mhm.
because she has a lychee that produces. Oh, what? Thank you. You're kidding me. Double blessing
Congratulations.
me. Thank you. Guys, thank you.
I know,
Wow.
but it's 20 Canadian, so I don't know how much that
Like
changes for
$2
you.
American.
You might get $2, so sorry.
I, I know. I need to start doing, like, they got wise in like the community, the gardening community, and they're just like, "What's your cash app? What's your cash app?" Like,
Yeah.
I've got to make sure if I have a
You
cash
got a
app, I
cash
know
app. You gotta get a
what
cash
it
app.
is. Yeah, everybody's got to have a cash app or a what's the other one? PayPal. I have PayPal, but I don't know if I have Cash App, and I have Zelle. I have Zelle. And those are
Oh,
also
never heard of.
good, like, to do when you are selling plants, is to be able to have those
Yes.
set up, um,
Yes.
especially over online, and see if you can
Yeah.
get them to
Well, that's what
commit
I
to
for pay
paying
I
for
have
it.
the PayPal. And the PayPal goes across US and Canada. So and you don't have to take it as a business transaction. You can say
Right.
that it's not a business transaction. So
Exactly. It could be friends and family that are just coming
that's
to get
right.
some plants.
So I just need
Hey,
you to give me
DCBs.
some money. Hey,
Welcome,
no.
welcome. Hello. I'm leaving this up.
Mm.
I'm so happy. Happy, happy, happy. Happy, happy. We're,
Mhm.
we're talking about what you might have in your yard already, DCBs, that would be easy to propagate, especially after we were talking a little bit about it with, you were asking about the cherry trees, and then I went looking for the propagation of a cherry tree. Um,
Mm.
and it was like, yeah, I should kind of talk about that because that's another income stream for us as
Yes.
gardeners, and
Yes.
also a way to grow your community, because plant
Yeah.
people, when they hook up with plant people, it's just like, ah,
Mhm.
yay. Like the little kid inside to come out to play. But
Yeah, exactly.
there are some that, it might be just easier to give seeds. Like, I still have seeds somewhere of moringa for my friend Marine. And yeah,
But
that
so
much
those of you in
easier.
so those of you in the chat have, oh, Tibor
Hey,
saying
Tibor.
congrats. Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
for those of you in the chat, are any of you doing something like this?
Yeah.
Have started propagating and either giving away or selling, and because it's like, we don't want to reinvent the wheel, so this would be a really good opportunity for you to share what are your, positives and negatives about it. Of like, hey, don't do this, and hey, do that,
Right.
kind of thing. Like my thing is like, don't put your wire, seedling rack in the ding dang hot sun in those
Exactly.
little pots because every day you must go out and water it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Larger pots usually to start them out with are
yeah,
easier.
if you're
But
selling, yeah,
if you're
yeah,
selling,
yeah, and
oh yeah. DC, what do you mean? You were talking to Harris about it, but we're talking about like making money from what you have already. So yeah, it'll be easier for somebody to buy a start from you.
in your
Then
local community, that's
yeah,
so it's already acclimated to your
yeah,
environment and
exactly,
kind of
exactly.
thing. Because I know my mom has, like, I've got these irises, and I just call them propeller irises. They're not, it's not what they are, but the flower just ends up being at the top, and it has almost like these two little wings. Maybe they're butterfly
Sweet.
irises. And
Yeah,
so, she's come and she's taken the seeds.
I have
Um,
a walking iris in my backyard too.
yeah, mine's, I think this one
Is
is
that what
another
it is? Is it
walking.
a smaller? Is it a smaller one with but a lot of blades? Like, is it a smaller iris?
The flower is smaller up at the top, but the
Yeah,
blade's
yeah.
super tall. Yeah.
Yes. I wonder if
Hmm.
we have the same iris.
Same
I'll
one.
take a
Yeah.
picture of mine, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
so you got it.
and I'll
So
maybe take a picture of mine and send it to you. Maybe.
yes, maybe.
But she took
I
some
know.
of the seeds, but up, in my hometown, like, their grow zone, I think she's 5. She might be 5.
Ozone 5. Okay.
And yeah, and I don't think they've ever taken, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it doesn't work there. But
No.
locally, like, I also have those ones, my friend, she knew what it was called because I found those in my yard. And so I dig them up, and they're green fronds, and then they come out with these orange kind of flowers on a stem, and hummingbirds and butterflies just absolutely love them. It's a grass. It's a type of grass.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I have lots of that just pops up.
Mhm.
Again, it moves itself. And so then you go, well, I don't want you there. So I dig it up, but
Yep.
and so she took all 3 pots of mine because she says, I've been trying to grow whatever that is. And I never commit anything to memory. It's like
I know. Well, we only have so much,
there's
we
only
don't
so much
only
megabytes.
exactly.
The
Exactly.
megabytes are, yeah.
DC's coming over to yours. That's sweet, DC. Yes, the cherry tree we talked about today inspired this conversation because I've actually wanted to talk about it because David the Good has a book and it's called Free Plants for Everyone. And it's all about propagating and creating more plants from plants. And he talks all about different plants and what you need to do for them and kind of encourages people to do that.
Ding, ding.
And then he has another book about basically starting your own nursery, which I thought I had out, but now it's not like within grabbing distance.
I'm just
Um,
going to go see. No, it is not the Japanese
no,
iris.
I think mine is called a walking iris that I
I'll go look
have.
that up. I'll look it
No,
up.
but mine's not purple though. I just
Mine's
saw.
white.
Yeah, mine's mostly white. I think it is a walking. Yeah, how to care for it is. It's a walking iris. What I have. It's got a little bit of purple, but it's mostly white,
Yeah,
and it's
mine are
very, very
white.
blady. Very
Yes,
blady.
lots of blades, and they just
Yeah.
stay through the whole
Hmm.
yellow walking iris. Yeah, I could just go outside and take a picture of it.
Yeah, there's
Ah,
probably other colors. Mine's
I'm just
mostly
gonna see if it's
white,
a white walking iris.
or
Nope.
maybe mine is
They still have
yellow.
they still have color in these ones here,
Yeah, the
the
yellow
white
in the
walking
center.
iris.
Oh, I like that one though. The yellow walking iris is called the hand of God. That's kind of cool. I want something called that. Common
Huh.
name.
Maybe
Uh,
what I'll do is I'll share the screen just so that people can actually see.
oh, as a
Um,
garden plant in areas where winters are cold, like zone 9, the foliage can freeze back at temperatures below 28 Fahrenheit. Hmm. So
hmm.
maybe because she is in a cooler zone, it's just not getting enough time to flower. It's freezing back. because it
Yeah.
says USDA cold hardiness zones 9B, 10, 9A with protection. So it's more of a
Yeah,
more
it
tropical,
is.
subtropical.
Yeah. But yeah, none of mine look like
Oh,
this. It might be
sorry.
a
You
pity.
could have added it. You've got the power.
I can't. I do not have any of that power.
What is going on?
I
You're
don't know. I
you're
don't
on
know. You
there.
work on I know you work on mine.
What the
So this
heck?
is what these look like. Um, but mine don't look anything like this.
Yeah,
Like they're not even in this kind of shape. I think there was one that was
mine look
this one is too irisy.
yeah,
So
mine don't
again,
look
it's
very
not
irisy. Mine look kinda like
no.
that white and purple one, but I don't think I have that color. I think I might
This
have like
one?
a light yeah, kinda like that, but very small. They're very small.
Yeah, they're not
Theron brought a cutting home because he liked it in somebody's yard. They gave him
mhm,
well, a section. It's the same thing, like separating it off,
mhm.
from the root. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I asked him about the hardwood clipping from fruit trees. He said, technically, yes, you can, but it is difficult to get them to root well. He said, I was better grafting or a purchase start. Yeah, the grafting, though, you have to have a similar tree or a rootstock that it'll graft into. Um, I'm wondering, I think once you get the technique of air layering down, the trees that air layer seem like they would be easier because they root right on the tree itself. Like you come away with that cutting already has the roots because what you're doing
Mm.
is you're removing, I think it's the cadmium layer, the outside, the hard bark, getting to the soft bark, putting either a peat moss mix. you put it, you basically you put a peat moss mix around that raw branch part and it roots into it. It sends roots into that. And you like
Yeah,
wrap it around with some people use plastic wrap or a bag and
yeah,
then they put aluminum foil on it. Or they have those
yeah.
cups too. You'll see like
Yes, you could buy those cups,
mhm,
yeah. I wanna do that for my magnolia because I've got um, a magnolia here that has been acclimated for,
yeah,
um, Canada here, and the fragrance is just stunning, and it's like if I move from this house,
right.
I would like it to come with me.
Yeah. We
This
were just
is
talking about that DC before you came in. The canes are really easier, but more we were talking more about the blackberry, raspberry type of canes. Elderberry rooted for me inside, turned green, took it outside in the heat, and did not do well. And it was actually from Glenn, who is only like one up from me zone
mhm.
wise.
Yeah, the ball clips.
Yeah, that's for air layering. That's for
Yeah.
air layering. Oh, how
Okay, so this
pretty.
might be similar, but mine doesn't have this much yellow and oops, sorry, it doesn't have the yellow, and then on the sides, it
Hmm.
tends to not be so branchy like this,
Yeah.
but it's just these little little things at the top.
That's how mine looks. It looks like it's just barely holding on at the top, and if the big wind came, it could just blow it off
Yeah, yeah.
the
But
iris.
lots and lots of fronds, like, yeah,
Yeah,
or whatever you called them. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they look like big blades of grass.
Yes, great big blades of grass.
Yes, they
Alright.
do need good roots, but also too, like elderberry is here because I'm 10B, and I really think I'm more like 11A. I think Florida is just going off the zone map completely. It's just getting crazy. I think same thing. Texas has some areas like that that it's like they're dying over there. And
Mhm.
then California, because girl dad was showing his temperatures like 104 in the car, like it's reading. Like, but then his plants look great. He's got them in a great spot wherever he's
Mhm.
growing. But I
Mhm.
found when we lived in California, something about that Mediterranean climate and those cool nights, just the plants loved it out there. You could grow so much in California.
Mm.
You really
Hmm.
could. It was very fertile, the land out there. I mean, there's some that's desert, but where we were in San Jose, dad had put in like all kinds of fruit trees and then we moved. And they were doing well. Yeah, some of that we do have wild irises that grow down here, and I think mine might be one of those. Is yours what you said it was in your yard, so yours is probably a native, maybe? It was
Yeah,
already oh,
yeah.
nice. Let me
Yeah, and I've got big clumps of it all over the place, but I keep finding, oh,
mhm.
you want to grow here? Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
haven't dug those ones up, but I think I have three major spots where it's big clumps.
Well,
And
my dad,
you know what?
go ahead.
And that and those irises, like they're like I've dug them up, left them out in the hot sun, whatever, and then oh, I got to get those planted, get them planted, and they they're fine. Like
Yeah.
irises are like they can take a beating. I think I
Right.
stuck them in water. It was like I don't have time to plant you. Can you guys hang on? And they were like, okay,
Oh,
and
yeah.
eventually these ones were purple irises, just little short ones, and they
Hmm.
were just fine. They're just
Oh, that's
fine.
the other thing I have. I forgot to write down is I have, when you're saying that about taking abuse, I have amaryllis. And down here in the tropics, they take abuse. I can pull up amaryllis and leave them laying on their side here and then go plant them and they're still fine. They'll just restart themselves in our soil. It's unbelievable. I have amaryllis that the root balls are like onions. They're huge. Um,
Wow.
and those are the ones you usually see at bloom at Christmas, so people associate it with, like, cooler weather. It's so weird,
Oh,
though.
oh, right, right. But
They
it's like it's hot.
Yeah, it survives in the tropics. Yeah, I
So,
believe it is. I have to look that up, if it's a bulb or, oh, what's the other one? Like, what daylilies are.
mm,
I can't remember, DC, I have to look it up. Bulb or a tuber, let me see what it says, or a rhizome, that's what I was trying to think of.
because I don't know what
There.
an amarillo.
Oh,
Oh,
amaryllis are like those big red flowers or white with
oh,
red
that's right.
streaks.
I don't know why I just did not think of what an amarillo was.
Okay, DC, they
Oh,
say,
we call them amaryllis.
oh, amaryllis. I don't say the S, Amarillo. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The answer is both, dependent on variety, DC. Very generally speaking, rhizome type iris produce larger flowers, including the bearded type flowers, while bulb type iris produce smaller flowers, which are suited to rock gardens or the front of borders to provide early color in the year. Hmm.
Brenda said it's a corm.
Yeah. Well, they just said it's both, so maybe it's dependent on what type, like they said. So I don't know, but yeah, I'll have to research that
Yeah,
more.
my any of my irises, they're always these long things that look more like ginger.
Mhm. Yeah, that would be the rhizome. That'll
Yeah,
be a
not the
rhizome.
bulb.
Yeah,
So I
and
put
I
up
think
this
mine, oh, yes, I
Amarillo.
love that one. I only have a couple of that middle one.
Uh-huh.
Mine are mostly solid red with a little bit of white in the center, I
Oh,
believe. Actually, I have,
the
hold on, let me see. I've got a picture of them. Let me get into my
amaryllis, they're
brand.
beautiful.
Here's mine. Mine are,
Yeah.
I'll put the background, and then once we bring this down, you can see it. I
Okay.
ch I changed
I'll
it to
stop sharing.
amaryllis. Oh, wait.
Oops.
Hold on. How do I do that? Maybe
You've
us to the side? No, won't let me move. Us. Nope. That doesn't do it. Huh. Oh, maybe can I edit layout and move us?
I
Let me
think
see.
so.
Okay, let me see. Oh, crap. I just did something. Where's my escape button? Help! Help! Okay, guys, forget it. Never mind. I will show you on my. I'll show you another way, and it doesn't have to be this complicated. But of course, technology, technology.
Mm.
Let me go back to my this one, and then I will edit my audio there, my avatar, and you'll be able to see it, guys. Myself. That's not what I wanted to do. Darn it. Okay, I'll get it. There. That is
There
my.
it is.
They're all along the fence, and there's much more now.
Oh
That's the
my
other thing.
goodness, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Right,
They
like, and that's
reproduce.
right in your yard.
Yes, and I could
Hey,
possibly sell
GT.
them. Hey, GT, welcome in. Sorry, I'm doing technical things. I'm getting lost.
Not very well. We're not good
No,
at it.
no, mm-mm.
We suck at it.
Trying.
No.
Yeah, there's always it's like we're gardening and we're learning about gardening, and then they got to throw this technology ball like in our court, and we're like, what do we do with this? And then it's like it's not just one; they just keep throwing them. It's like one of those where they practice tennis and it's just shooting it at you. Like,
Yeah.
okay, now, yeah, you know,
I'm missing a lot of the balls. Dang it.
I know that's how I feel. Is that I actually don't know much about plants. It would be good to learn more about plants for your bees, so you could create some really delicious honey. To actually don't know much about vegetable gardening. I must all gardening and learn. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my dad. He was classic farm gardening. In fact, he laughed at me when I told him I had no intention of using seven. And I'm no, you can't use it because of the bees. But our bugs are so bad down here. And I was like, no, I'm not going to use something to kill the bugs. Dad, I'm not going to use seven. And he's like, good luck. And he wasn't wrong. It's very hard to keep on top of the
Mhm.
bugs. Hey, Mona, welcome in. And thank you, GT. I got some
Woo woo.
I got some super chats. I can't believe it. Let's see. I wish I could. Let me go back to that. I wish I could make the flower gardens pretty for my mom, but after the lawn, veggie garden, bees. Yeah, I bet. I totally understand that. I was just telling Marina I took 2 naps today, and I even asked my husband, I'm like, is there something going around at work? Because I'm like extra exhausted today. Like, I go in there and take a nap, and it's one of those naps where you're in just deep sleep where your body is melted into the mattress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm wondering if I'm fighting
Oh,
something.
shoot. I have to excuse myself. I have chickens to go put to bed.
Oh, put the babies to bed. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I just looked at it was like, oh my gosh, it's 20 after 9. I will be
Okay.
back shortly.
Okay. Fare
Talk
thee
amongst
well.
yourselves.
Fare thee well, my
Smile
friend.
for the camera.
Exactly. I can drop the link maybe. Yes, I haven't heard of that one though. Fireweed. I have one, a butterfly plant that's fire spike. I have a fire spike, and it turned into a tree. It was a bush. I had 2 butterfly bushes for pollination. Thank you guys, appreciate it. For pollination for butterflies and like various types of butterflies. One I got rid of because it turned into a tree, and the other one we tried to, and that's the fire spike. But I kind of want to take some cuttings off of it and possibly put it other places in my yard because it's a great pollinator down here. Okay, I will. Do you guys have bee balm up there too? Do you see bees that grows well? Or the butterfly bushes? I don't know though how they make honey taste. That's always something I would be asking Google about the different flowers. Like, yeah, but how will it make the honey taste? Northwest fireweed. For those of you coming in now, we were just talking about looking around your garden for trees or even shrubs that are easy to propagate off of cuttings and trying to possibly sell them locally or use them as um, like in exchange for things that you want from other gardeners, like trade seeds. Okay. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty. It kind of reminds me of delphinium a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. Reminds me of something else too, but I can't remember the name of the plant. Hold on, guys. I will share with you so you can see it. Ta-da. Doing technology again. Give me a moment. Okay. Come back over. There's just so many clicks. Oh, shoot. No, no, no. No, I don't. There we go. That's it. Is that it? Do you see? Did I get it right? It looks beautiful. Oh, nice. Makes it real sweet, clear honey. Definitely doesn't look like a weed. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful if that's it. Hey, Passamaquoddy, welcome in. You're fine. I know you're always busy. Oh, good. It is the right one. It's beautiful. I would love to grow that. Probably won't grow here though. Let me actually look at the page and see what zone. Um, it's your native, so it does not say. Flowering all summer. It's common. Yeah, it's mostly up there. Found in Olympic, Rainier, North Cascades. Okay, Northern Cascades. Yeah, I don't see where it gives you zones. It just says how big it gets. Really pretty. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Let me see if I can remove it from there, but I want to save that. Good. That's what we were just talking about. It's one of the easier um, things to do that, to do the cuttings off of is mulberry in your area. And then if you have, like I have the Illinois dwarf, and I have one called like the very best mulberry. I know Glenn has told me like 3 times, and I've even I think taken a picture of him telling me, and it's in my phone. I gotta write it down in my list here. But what I'm doing is making basically a propagation list, and I'm going through and looking up what's the easiest thing to propagate that I already have in my yard. So maybe, I can do tradesies or I can sell and be able to get, the money that I need for another plant. Oh, mother hay plant that had it. Oh, it dropped its seeds. Yes, that's another thing. Collect and sell your seeds. That's a great idea, especially of native plants. People who are gardening want some native pollinators. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because, people thought I was kind of kooky, but I bought purslane. I bought the seeds because it's a survival plant and it's high in omega acids and you can just eat it raw. Uh, Consider it a weed. You move around the ground here and sometimes it comes up, but it's so not, um, it's inconsistent. So I wanted to have it in case, I just needed that. Hey, Aid, welcome in. Aid, I got my first, my super chats. Misha Lee gave me one and so did Marine. Hey, Sweet Thumb, welcome in. So, yeah, we were just going through that, um, talking about going through your yard and even maybe, making friends with your neighbor if you see something that they have and asking them for cuttings of it. Because sometimes you have people that have some really nice plants that have just moved into that house and, they have other people taking care of them and they don't care. They won't care if you, get cuttings or you deadhead something in their yard for the seeds. Oh, they look like dandelion seeds. Oh my goodness, they're teeny tiny. Wow. That's how the purslane was. It's very tiny. Very, very tiny. I also got for microgreens radish. I have rainbow radish. So yeah, let your radishes, some of them go to seed and they produce a lot of tiny seeds if you can do that. And you don't think like, oh, anybody's going to buy them, but save them for yourself for microgreens. If, you're okay with spicy in your salad, microgreens have a lot of condensed nutrition in them and they come up quick. The other thing is basically looking at your yard too as a food forest where you're starting with your top canopy, you're starting with the trees that you can take cuttings from or you can air layer. I think the last one would be, grafted cuttings, but if you have people that do grafting, like mango people, I have this peach cobbler mango, they might want a cutting off of that. And they'll do, of course, they'll take it home, do the grafting themselves. If you want to recreate it, you're going to need, like we talked about, a root stock to graft it into or another mango to graft it into. What I'm curious about is how they have cocktail trees. If you match up mangoes, I believe you can have 2 mangoes going on the same tree at one time, but I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that yet. But I've heard of them top working a tree where they work it from the top down and turn it into a different mango completely because they didn't like the mango that it was. Yeah, see? I got actually those amaryllis a lady pulled out because I'm sure they took over her garden here too. A lady gave me a bunch. The only thing with the amaryllis is my amarilla has some sort of, um, I guess it's like a red, I don't know if it's a fungus, but it's kind of systemic on them. So it doesn't affect it though. Like it really doesn't. It does really well. They always look healthy. But it's on the bulb. You can see it. It sometimes creates like little red streaks on the bulbs. But like I said, I've got amarilla bulbs that are this big. There you go. And locally, you might be able to make that. Even, if even for less, you might be able to make $5 here, $5 there. It adds up. Um, I'm trying to think. I believe it was J3GS who told me the jackfruit can be done from cutting. I have to check. Also, if you have plants that have medicinal properties, like I have the soursop, just the leaves themselves can be sold or traded for something else. The leaves are considered very medicinal and anti-cancer. So those are things too you could sell. Some people are moving away from Etsy, but that would give you more of a global audience for some of these things. Was it jack? No, it wasn't jackfruit. I'm sorry. It was Jabotakawa. He said about the cutting. Jackfruit, you have to be careful because it has a serious. We're having thunderstorms, by the way. I just heard something. In case I drop, uh, jackfruit has very serious taproot and it doesn't like to be moved around. So once mine rooted well where it is, I left it there. But now I have my Illinois dwarf mulberry right next to it, taking up a lot of that nutrition and space. And I'm going to do cuttings and probably cut it down and move it from there. Yeah, the elderberries are beautiful. And a lot of them are like, I think zone 9B. Like when you mentioned that, Duncan, because Georgia is 9, 9, and 8. I'm pretty sure. And with mine being, I think, closer to 11A, and like DC said, I probably didn't shade it well enough. It probably got too much. I thought I was giving it dappled light, but the plumera drops all its leaves, all its flowers, and it probably was naked when I put the elderberry under it. And that's why I lost it. Yeah. Oh, anyway, the amaryllis was from Free Cycle. There's also, I don't know if they're still going, but that was an original one where you just trade with people. I'll work with when he trimmed his back. I just got stuck. Oh, cool. That's amazing. Yeah, you guys are so fortunate with, well, at least I would want the one Marine has without all the thorns. Yeah, well, there's multiple different types of mulberries, and that's what I want to try and collect DCBs, and then you can find out which ones create the best uh, honey. Okay. Yeah, mine, even though mine's an Illinois dwarf, its base is probably about this big, but the tree shoots up. It's trying to shoot up about at least 15 feet in the air. So, yeah, like when you cut it back, though, it blooms more and you get more fruit. So, that's the other great thing about a mulberry tree is you're cutting it back and sometimes you can make it flush out. That's the one thing about the everbearing is it's everbearing. You might get 2 or 3 times go around. I was going out like every day for months, just going out and picking the ripe ones and then I freeze them. Yeah, that's the same thing with mulberries. My son pulled out my mulberry when it was young. It went completely brown, crispy leaves, thought it was dead. I was like, let me just try and put it back in the ground. And somebody was like, oh, yeah, just leave it there, water it in. You can't kill mulberries very easily. I put my old elderberry cuttings outside and they didn't survive I don't know what I said, what I was outside the elderberries. Did I say something weird? Of course. Sounds like me. Oh, you have the thornless too? Yeah, that's what I would love. I bought some thornless, but I killed them from the plant sale. I don't know how I did, but they just didn't make it. Probably they needed to be up potted then, and I didn't do it. I have loads of them. Nice. Oh, you have the wild mulberry trees? Nice. Hey, hi, Storms, Radios, and Cats. I got my first, like, what do you call those? Super chats. Hee hee. From Marine and from Misha Lee. Yeah, the ever pairing is nice. Their berries are delicious, but this one, the very best mulberry that I forget the person who put it out, his name, because I think he put his name on it too. I went and picked one. It's already putting out mulberries, and Glenn sent me the cuttings not even last year. They're not even a year old, and it's producing mulberries. The tree is only like, I want to say this high, the cutting. So I can't wait for those to go out. Those I would love as a hedge. The only thing is they get messy, but the way they produce food is amazing. Hey,
I'm back.
everything go well with the
Yes.
ladies? They didn't run
Yes.
away.
Well, they were all in except for because it's so hot. Two big girls are on the baby's perch. So two babies are hunkered in a nesting box. Gracie's still broody, so she's in a nesting box.
Oh
But I just
no.
push her out, and then I just point. You need to go up there. So she climbs up. She
Mm,
doesn't fight me on it anymore, and then I have to get the other two. Okay, you guys have to go over that side. So over they go, and then the babies pop up. So I'm just trying to catch up on the.
that's awesome,
But
DCBs. Yeah, we're just talking about mulberries. Even Mona came in sifting some soil and more and was saying about her mulberry and doing cuttings, and she's rooting some cuttings. I'm forever pulling up mulberry trees. Which one do you have, Duncan? Do you have the red, or do you know which one you have? They're bearing outside. I don't know what that means, DC. Most of your bees are bearing outside the hives this evening.
that's a term I don't
Bearing.
know either.
Yeah, I don't know if that was spell check that got you. Yes, I bet. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's great for livestock, I've heard. For goats. Too hot inside the boxes for all the Oh, okay. It's just getting too hot. Okay, got it. It's called bearding. Okay, so they're kind of coming out like a beard out of the box. Looks like a beard, right? DCBs where they just kind of all hang out the box and cluster together. Looks very intimidating. If I'm thinking of the right thing. Like, yeah, don't go over there.
Mhm.
Oh, they're dark purple once they're ripe. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's the red wild mulberry tree or native mulberry, and then I don't know. Let's see, dark purple, invasive, invasive mulberry, native tree. We'll put and see what. Because I have seen some up in New York. I didn't know what I was looking at. Black mulberry trees, native to Southwest Asia and can produce dark purple fruit. That's about 3 to 6 centimeters long.
Hmm.
That almost looks kind of like my mulberry. I wonder if mine got crossed. The fruit starts out green, white, or pale yellow in the spring, then turns pinkish red before ripening into a dark purple black color.
Hmm.
So that's
And what
one.
do mulberries taste like?
Delicious. They taste delicious.
Oh, what does
They're
delicious
very
taste like?
delicious.
La, la,
They
la, la,
taste
la, la, la.
like a combination. To me, they taste like a combination of a blackberry and a raspberry, but without seeds. You don't have to deal with the hard seeds with mine.
Okay, right.
Some people have ones that have little seeds, but it's still far less than you would hit with a blackberry or a
Okay.
raspberry.
And are the seeds? The seeds, I guess, are on the inside, right?
That's awesome, Mona.
Cool.
I think you were there, Mona, when I said that one soursop hit the ground. I didn't know if it was still there. I couldn't find it because my soursop is so filled out with leaves. It hid the second one that I thought an animal took it. And then I went out yesterday, noticed my pineapple's kind of falling over. It needs some help. And I saw it on the ground underneath the tree, and I just wanted to cry. I was like, "No, it was
Mm.
still there. I could have picked it."
Mm.
But because I didn't have enough of those bags like Marine uses to keep away the bugs, the
The
organza
organza
bag,
bags.
I didn't know where it was. Yeah, I remember you saying he has the white mulberry. The silkworms love the white. Yeah, they do taste good. They're very good. In fact, I still haven't put that video together. I need to do that of me tasting the mulberry. I mean, of me tasting the
Mhm.
soursop. If you go mess with them, they will grumble.
Right.
Bunch of
Mhm.
hot, grumpy girls. No, thank you. Nope.
Mhm.
Wouldn't
Mhm.
would not want to deal with it. Okay, yours take like yeah, they all taste just a little bit different, and also
Right.
everybody has a different kind of taste bud profile. What
So
they
it's not something I can eat.
no, because it's a berry, I guess.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No,
But
it's okay.
your girls could eat it like on when you get land, it's a great tree to have because like fodder for your animals.
Right.
If you decide to have goats, they love the leaves and everything. They'll eat those.
Awesome.
And I think you can too make a tea out of them.
Yeah. I have the white strawberries. I have the little
Delicious.
alpine ones, the teeny tiny ones. Those are super prolific.
Mhm. Yeah, the soursop tree is it's from the Annona family. It's tropical, so it might freeze back in certain areas. Hold on, but it's considered like anti-cancer type of plant. It's got a lot of health benefits. Let me see. Benefits and side effects. Well, soursop can offer significant health benefits. It does have some potential drawbacks. Of course, they got to go into the negative. The fruit and tea made from the leaves can cause symptoms similar to, whoa, holy crud, Parkinson's disease. What?
Oh my.
I think, okay, studies also indicate that it may interact with high blood pressure medication or medications for diabetes. Hey, that ain't good. Never heard that before. I'm going to have to research that some more. Hold on. Let me show y'all a picture. It's a really weird texture, I have to say, but it's delicious. It's like a strawberry and an apple kind of had a baby. It's really yummy, but with the consistency of kind of banana. The only thing is they're seedy. Um, it's kind of like a jackfruit where the fruit itself is surrounding a seed inside of the soursop, like in sections. It comes off in sections when you eat it. Hold on, what the? There we go. That's a soursop. They're really weird looking. Um,
Oh
they look,
wow.
yeah, they look like the thing on the left hand side. You would never think like, oh, let me eat that when you see it,
Mhm. Mhm.
but they're delicious. Like the inside gets very soft. They are related also to the other one that I want that Teasy today was saying she got seeds for the custard apples and the sugar apples. They're related to, in a
Mm.
family.
So what
So
does this one taste? Pineapple like an aroma, musky,
mm,
subacid in flavor. Huh.
mhm. Yeah, I don't know about the musky part. Where the musky to me is the leaves, the musky part. But I didn't pick up on so much the pineapple like aroma, but the strawberry apple I did. Um, and they call it soursop. Mine is not sour at all. It doesn't. It was
Mhm.
a little bit acidic, but not. It was less than citrus and less than pineapple kind of acid that was coming off the fruit,
Mm.
like that I was
And they're
getting.
good for you and they're easy to grow?
The it depends on your area. Let me see if it even says mm-mm-mm. April, May through September. They can fruit, I guess here. Yeah, here's what I was trying to say. The flesh is cream colored and granular, but mine was smooth. Like once it becomes ripe, it's succulent. I don't know what word to use. It separates easily from the massive white, fibrous, juicy segments, much like flakes of fish. Yeah, but that's disgusting to describe it that way. Gross. No. Mr. Writer, you just messed it up on that last part. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
each fruit it says there can be up to 200 seeds. And that's 200 segments that you're pulling out of the fruit and eating.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a little time intensive, but I've seen people when it's really ripe just bite right into it and just spit the seeds out.
Mm.
Let's see, water trees have attained. Okay, the tree grows rapidly and begins to bear 3 to 5 years. I believe mine was at the 5 year mark, and that's why I threatened it. Told it to get busy and make me some fruit, or it's out. Let's see. Ripen at room temperature, store in the refrigerator for a short time. And 100 grams of soursop yields the following: 66 calories, 6% of your daily value of carbs, 1 gram of protein, dietary fiber is 13%, vitamin C, 34% of your daily value, 1%,
Mm.
1% calcium, and it even has some iron in it, 3% iron. But because it's so fibrous, that's why I believe it's considered like an anti-cancer, like fruit. Anything
Mhm.
that can kind of clean you out is good. Oh my. Sorry guys. Hey Shadi, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, we saw that. Put those seeds. Yeah, just keep them really warm because they love the tropics. And you've got plenty of warm in Texas, Mona. Woo, boy.
Mhm.
I was just saying, you all should have different numbers too. Like here, it's 10B, and they didn't really move me up. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm moving us up. We are now 11A, where I live. We are now. I don't get any cool days hardly at all anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, Maureen's allergic to berries, but not our berry, Barry, but berries that you eat.
Yeah, so I can only eat strawberries, which they are not a berry. They're just called a fruit because the seeds grow on the outside of them.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I
And
wonder if we
bananas are
could do
berries,
berry.
and um I can't have a banana because the banana is a berry.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, we talked about that, and it was so funny because it was the same night, ladies and gentlemen, that I broke off the end where the flower is usually once it's dried, and I was thinking, "This looks I gotta show this to Maureen, this looks just like a cherry stem." And she comes out with, "Well, banana's a berry." I'm like, "I was wondering, because look at this." It's so bizarre
Mhm.
how mentally linked we can be sometimes. I like all the AI. Yeah, I know, and you have to kinda I find sometimes the AI screws up, like that last thing I was reading today about the cherry trees, it mixed information that contradicted each other, and it didn't even catch itself doing that.
Mm.
You got the sweet top, so then that's, which one did you get? Sweet top is usually the did you get the one from Dan? Permaculture? Because that's what, TZ was saying, she got seeds from him, from down here, and that's the custard apple, and I want to get that deep red. Uh, oh shoot, went right on my brain. Hold on, it's an Annona too. It's related to the soursop. Do do do. Let me see. I thought I had it up. Nope. Ariana berry, cherry tree. Nope, I don't have it open. Hold on. Give me 1 second, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
we seem to be just doing lots of
I know, trying to find things and
Okay.
technical stuff related to soursop.
DC, I don't know, like, unless you're spelling it wrong, salaberry. Oh, yeah, not sure of the spelling. I don't think it's an actual berry. It grows native to Northwest, maybe up by you too. So I just don't know what the salaberry is. Hmm.
Yeah, it's oh, cherimoya and sweet sop. Okay. Is sweet sop its own thing, or is there another name for it, Mona? I that's what I'm trying to look up
So
because
a
I want
sweet
to
sop,
try.
like a sour sop?
It's in the same family, yeah.
Oh, neat.
It's in the same family, but I don't know. I need to look up just sweet sop and see what it gives me because the common names are so like confusing. But then my brain won't hold on to the Latin, which is
Mm.
a pain as a gardener. Oh, it is a sugar apple. Okay, that's the one I was trying to think of. It is a sugar apple. I want to get the purple sugar apple. I mean, just the fruit from Miami Fruit, $177 pre-order for a small box of them.
Oh
The,
my
the
gosh.
purple and the red, I believe it's the red, is supposed to taste like raspberry cheesecake. Like, hello,
Mm, yeah,
salal
it's
berry.
disgusting for me.
Oh, that sounds really good, Aid. I bet that would be good. And I've seen people make a spread and can it with bananas and like rum. Yeah. Uh, it sounds like like bananas Foster. It's basically a bananas Foster
Hmm.
with brown sugar, like a light brown sugar instead of regular white sugar. And it's called monkey something too. I forget the actual name because I was looking into how I could can my bananas besides just freezing them. But that was the only kinds of things that were kind of coming up. Um, but yeah, I want to get a custard apple or what Mona was saying, the sweet sour,
Hmm.
the purple sugar apple, red sugar apple, and locally, Truly Tropical was saying hers are coming in right now, but she just doesn't have
Hmm.
that many. She's like, so it'll be very disappointing if people show up and ask because I've got like one or two. Yes, bananas are berries. Yep. Ooh, hey. Do you rum them and then can them, Duncan? Because yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I wonder if you can make like margarita spread too. Ooh, and can it.
Hmm.
Or like,
Yeah.
oh, you can make yeah, you can make drink mixes and like homemade drink mixes and can them.
Right.
Ooh. So then you're using stuff from your own garden. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Even for mocktails like me, like to
Yeah.
put a
Yeah.
little
Well,
in
with
with bubbly.
our grapes with seeds in them, they're still frozen at this point. But it was like, do I want 20 pounds of grape jelly? Probably not. So we just thought, why don't we make a grape concentrate juice?
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. And then you can add it to water later when you want to make it. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
just I think that's a great idea. Definitely saves space and saves your jars.
Yes.
Jar. When I can them. Oh, wow. I bet those are delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
have
we
to
did
use
bourbon peaches
mm,
a couple years ago. Put
how did
bourbon in
they
there.
turn out when you opened them? Was it
Fine.
delicious? Yeah.
I
Would you
wasn't
do
like
them again? Like, would you do them again?
I don't know that I would use bourbon. And
Okay.
maybe I'd want them to be a bit sweeter, a
Okay.
little bit more syrupy.
Did you guys use vanilla in it by chance
I don't
or no?
No, we did not use vanilla. I think we just put the bourbon in.
Okay.
We had the light syrup and then the bourbon, but I think I like my alcohols to be very sweet.
Yeah.
Duval, City Girl Gardener.
Right. Welcome in, hon. Good to see you,
Hello.
Duval. Yeah, that does sound good, Duncan. And those like the thing is with the cottage laws here is a lot of the canned goods are not covered. You know, you can do bread, I saw, and you can do other things like I think you can do teas, like dried things, but when you get into anything that's canned and wet that could possibly get bacteria, they don't cover you. They want
Mm,
they want you renting basically a catering kitchen for things like that and doing, I guess, a little LLC action. What's the name of that berry? Salal berry, Colatheria, Shalom. Is that something up in the northwest near you, DC? Because I know you guys are. I know you're
yes.
separated, but could grow similar.
Just not well, an hour and a half
Oh,
is by ferry. Yeah, hour and a half
oh!
by
I didn't know
ferry.
you were that close. Wow.
Hmm. Well,
So
yeah,
DC,
like I drive out my driveway here, or just to the street, one house over, and I can see the Olympic Mountains, which is
that's the
on the,
berry. Oh, cool.
this. Yeah, this is, and you pronounce it Galtheria Shalon, Galtheria, Galtheria,
Galtheria. Okay.
Shalon, Shalon.
Shalom.
But
Okay.
these ones look really cool, like with their little crowns upside down. But
Yeah.
I doubt that I can eat them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
probably like
I've
you can't eat blueberries, right? So that
uh-uh,
would probably be very
uh-uh.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah,
and our
like it reminds
mulberries.
me of a Saskatoon.
Mm. Hey, cornfed life, welcome in. Cornfed life, I got to the first, boss level. I am what do you call it? It's a I'm partner. What is it called again? I forget what they called it. Hey,
Well,
Ann,
you've started
welcome
into
in.
partnership.
Start. That's it. Start. You said it so well. I was trying to remember how you said it. Yes, I started in partnership. Good to see you, Ann. And I got my first super chats. Maureen gave me one, and Misha Lee gave me one. Yours was starred. Why isn't it in there? What the heck?
It just stays starred, I think.
It's
Um,
not in my starred stuff.
I
It's
don't
okay.
know that I'm an 8-hour drive north of you. It depends on where you are in Washington. I don't know how big Washington is,
Mm.
but for me, it takes me an hour and a half to get to Port Angeles right now. And if I the other way, I can, like, if I want to hit Seattle, I can go and drive. I can go north and hit Vancouver, and then go through the whatever those things are. The crossing guard. That's not what it is. What is it?
The
Can you-
3,000 level, just the 3,000. We're working both on our 4,000 to get those,
Yes.
AdSense corn-fed life. You guys know what it's like.
Hmm.
Thank
But what is it that when
you.
you go from when that you have to go through from Canada to the US or vice versa? What's that
Customs?
called? Customs. So yeah, so I can take an hour and a half ferry, go up into Vancouver, and right there is a border crossing. Go in there, and then I think it's another hour to get to Seattle from the Vancouver area. So hour and a half, maybe like something like that. So
He said
yeah,
45 minutes north of Portland. That's where he's at.
yeah.
About. And I was confessing earlier that I actually took 2 naps today. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm very sleepy today. And then when I would sleep, it was like I would melt right into the bed. It was a deep,
Nice.
yeah, it was a good sleep, but it was like I should have just, if I could have just kept sleeping, feel like I would have been up by 3 a.m. because I could have just,
Mm.
like I could have just slept that long. It just felt so good. But then, of course, at my age, I have to get up and pee. Lovely.
Yeah,
I
the
hate
bladder is the thing that just gets in the way of sleeping.
I know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was saying, Maureen and I were talking about that with our lives, but then also too, we have to keep up with the lives to keep our hours. Unless we start like really cranking out videos that start getting a lot of attention, those hours are not as easy
No,
to
but the
come
more
by.
people, the more subs that you end up
True.
with, that's where it does start to change, and you're not because there's lots of people who are not doing regularly lives and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. Of course, that's what it is too. I wasn't considering the boom of, yeah,
Yeah,
subscribers and more eyes watching. That's what
yeah.
I'm actually having, and so I think I still though will sleep because coffee doesn't do well. It varies. Coffee sometimes does what it's supposed to do for me, but other times I can just go right to bed. Just
Wow.
across the border. Yeah, it's weird. Weird wiring. Up above Seattle, he delivered heavy equipment. Oh, okay. I really didn't realize that. Oh, I hate that. I know, me too. Like you'll be in this great sleep, melted into your pillow, and suddenly he's like, "Hello," from down there. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You really
Excuse
should get
me.
up. You
Yeah, you
should
should
really
get
get up. You should really tap that. You should get
up.
up.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like a tapping.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like,
Somebody's in there.
I
Tap, tap,
don't I think you can just simmer down and we can just keep sleeping. No, I wanna get up and go pee.
tap. Yeah,
I wanna
pretty
be
much.
empty.
Yep. That's my loud bladder when I sleep. Oh, okay. I haven't tried that one, the Life Boost one. Is that like one of those mushroom coffees, Shawnee?
Mm.
Hey, TN, welcome in. TN, I hit the 3,000. I'm in partnership with YouTube. Now they're going to use me more and whip me and beat me and things like that. Put me to work. I'll be on like that thing, like they used to have the horses on. In the olden days, they'll just hook me up in the wheel. I'm on the wheel. Yay! They might give me a meal here and
Look at
there.
that, look at that, look at that.
That's right.
I made it, I made it.
Yes, kids. Kids? Oh gosh, so happy to hear it. It's not. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the oncoming full moon and atmospheric changes. I even asked my husband, like, something going around at work, trying to figure out if I'm fighting something off. Like, and of course, his answer is no. He usually finds out after we're all sick with something, and then he's like, "Oh, everybody's out. Yeah, it's going around at work."
I guess so. I guess we all caught something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's after the fact.
Yeah. Well, I think lots of people are. Well, you guys are hot all the time, but I'm
Right.
finding us here and our humidity, like yesterday morning, our humidity was at 79% at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm out there and
Ew.
working,
Eh.
and I'm just absolutely drenched. And you're like, it's not even hot yet. Why am I sweating?
It can be, and the solar flares. I know that's how it is here with our humidity. It's disgusting. Like you walk
Hmm.
out and you feel like you need a knife to cut a hole, like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
Just keep cutting a
Out.
hole where you need to go.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
aren't that bad, but I did say out loud in the backyard, "What is this, Florida?
Did you really? Oh my gosh, that needs to make it
What the
into a
heck? This
video.
is like Florida. I need to go in and have a shower." And then I got a shower
Exactly.
from my shower.
Right? I hear that. Yeah, I believe that. Also, did you hear that thing in New York like flew over and then NASA's like, "Oh, it was too small for us to really track and, it
Ah,
was like a foot in diameter. That hits somebody in the head. It's kind of important. It goes through a
yeah,
boat in the ocean. Kind of important."
kinda.
Yeah, a little bit. Nope, nope. We don't usually track those things. Everybody saw this big burning comet go through the air in New York. I would have freaked out. Let the freezer
Wow,
sit.
that's awesome, Tien.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Tien. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. Felt great for a week now, like achy even with. Yeah, and that can be the solar flares. They say that like it affects.
Yeah.
It can give us headaches. It can make us more achy. Also, the weather is just so wacky. Like we've been having storms roll in, and you think we're going to get rain, and then no, you just get all the pressure system. You get the lightning around, and for people who have migraines, for some reason, lightning even 20 miles close to one's house can trigger it. Something in the electrical, I don't know what is going on, but it can
Mhm.
trigger migraine.
Wow.
The beekeepers as a group or some of the least sick people groups. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder if it's the humming of the bees, like that buzz, because they say that cats do that with their purring. That it's almost like a self healing kind of vibration that they, and not that I'm into all the like vibrations and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
but it's like a self soothing. It soothes their system. So maybe it's taking down your cortisol, things like that. Like it's having that effect worldwide on beekeepers, just putting
Mm.
them into a state of relaxation in that, how you
Mhm.
say it, that
Low stress in the
reverberation.
body.
Yeah, like just like how what you were talking about, those gigahertz that put you right out,
Mhm.
kind of like a gigahertz thing.
Yeah.
That lost me
Mhm.
halfway.
So he
I know.
sounded like the Peanuts teacher. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, it's 62. I would have my windows open. Of course, not here now because our allergies are pollen super high. Light boost coffee. Okay, sourced from beans that are shade grown at high elevations, certified organic. Oh, naturally low in acid. That's great. They used to
Hmm.
have, do you remember the company Barney's Coffee back in the day? They made a really low acid coffee that you could just drink so easily. It is nothing compared to living down here on the water. 30 days over 90 here. Yeah.
Abs-
Ugh. Blech.
Absolutely. I agree. But it's the fact that we are more, I am in a more humid climate, but not like this. I've never had it. where, like, even when I'm out in the sun and working, I don't get all sweaty. But when I'm walking out there and
Hmm.
working, it's just like, why? It's just dripping off my face, dripping off my glasses. It's like I need to
Yeah.
go back to the 80s and get wristbands and headbands and stuff like that.
Right. Like my
Start
dad.
saying, she's a maniac, maniac on the floor.
Yes. They said, I think they called it a meteor, but it was a big rock from the sky. That's what it was. It could have killed somebody or something. Could have, gone through a building. But nope, NASA is just too small for us to track it. Even if it comes into the atmosphere, we figure it'll burn up.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know. The more our
yeah, I
atmosphere burns up. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I know storms on Monday. I was supposed to be filming or yeah, finishing filming and so that I could post my video. And I spent most of the day in bed. I was having a terrible fibromyalgia flare up that day.
Yeah.
And it was like I couldn't function. But mind you, I just had flown home, you know, was eating, not the best kind of food while I was on
Right.
this trip. And then also consuming way too much alcohol on this trip, so that all of those things. So by
Together.
Monday, my body just went, nope, you can't function, and then I'm just in complete agony.
Right. Yeah. I know. We're just learning, really. Some of us who aren't sciencey, I guess. Yeah, Shawnee, we
Yeah.
had that. I still don't know. Like, I didn't test positive for the C. My husband did. Our daughter didn't. So we're really like, what in the world? Just a bad, like, cold flu
Mhm.
thing. It's like a cold and the flu had a baby, is what we had
Yeah.
during the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
It's nerve damage. I can feel the electricity in the air. Yes, right? It's that's so crazy, but yes. I don't get the tingle, but I get the pain. And I
Right.
check
Both
first.
you,
Yeah, check
both you and
first.
Passamaquoddy end up with having migraines, or seems almost at the same time,
Yes,
quite often.
And Barry will go down around the same time too as
That's
we
true.
do,
That's
and
true.
also Q, Gardening Warrior, will go down
Right.
around the
So, and
same
you
time.
guys, that's all across the country.
Yeah, so it's
It's
got to
not
be
like you're in the
atmospheric,
same time zones, same
right?
climates, nothing.
Yeah,
So something's not right.
yeah. Well, the antisocial can help with sometimes the stress too, like, because I know I have to go. Sometimes I have to go antisocial for a little bit. Believe it or not, as
Uh,
extroverted as I seem,
yeah.
I'm. Yeah, I have to have my time too. It's because of the induction more things that most have allergies to as well. It's consuming large amounts of honey. Oh, I
Hmm.
don't consume large amounts of honey. Maybe that's what I can't because of my inflammation. Even though honey is better than sugar and and it's better than the honey, like better than the honeys in the store, which are mostly fake. Um, and better than some of the maple syrups that are mostly cut too. Like, who knows how much maple syrup you're actually getting in
Getting
that.
in there because
Hmm.
it's all flavorings.
And even if it says like this is organic, yeah, but they can put organic sugar water in there too to, stretch it. But yeah, I still can't have homegrown local honey. Too much of it. It inflames me, sadly. But
That is too bad.
it's the best of the best, though. I still have a jug of it. LA elevation. Mm, yeah, we're down here near the water, so we also get all the reflections off the water with the UV. Our UV gets very high. Oh, do they? I didn't even know that they were still on. There's also Shawnee, but it's not. The only thing is, it's not organic. But there's a German one that's very low acid and it's delicious. It's usually at Home Goods or those TJ Maxx type Marshall stores in the food section. It looks like a little gold bar, gold and black, and I forget the name of it, but it's
Hmm.
low acid German coffee. It's really good. But I don't like that it's not organic, so because I don't know what they treated the seeds with. We call them beans, but as gardeners, we should know they're seeds. It's a berry. Coffee is a berry.
Right. And I can't drink coffee.
Man, we're a pair. If we were one person, I don't know what we would survive on, like air and water, the two of us.
Yeah, yeah. If not, because even the air and the water are not good. So,
Right, they're polluting it every day. I'll
hmm
sweat all over. Yeah, before 10 a.m. We've been actually getting cooler weather than some of y'all. It's crazy
mm.
in the mornings. Patients, the plants are exposed. Greedy also. Oh, really? I
Oh,
never heard that story. I thought it was just a different cultivar. I didn't know that. Let's see. You mean the universe is so angry with us? It's mm, well, certain areas.
maybe,
It went
maybe.
for New York first. I will say no more.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be very truthful there, right there.
yeah.
If it's
There
going
should,
for New
yeah,
York,
yeah.
you know.
There was those stories of fire and
Mm,
brimstone. So
thank you, storms.
yeah, I had to go to Walmart inside day. Oh yeah, totally overwhelming. Ever clear today. Start processing. Cool.
Nice.
Hey, Bayou Sugar, welcome in.
Hi, Bayou.
Good to see you, Bayou Sugar Garden. What is that word, please? My brain is having. Oh gosh, you like yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I have a hard enough time with my brain doing that to me. Sometimes I can finish it for Diva, and Diva can finish it for me, but other times it's like, what were we talking about?
That is right.
Yeah, that's right.
Was
You had
one
a
of us
gig
paying
today
attention?
too, right? You had a
I
gig
did have a
earlier.
gig today. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just like just an hour and a half. It was a they're an older couple and they did a little elopement, and so this was them having their kind of reception with just some close family and friends at a very shishy poo poo club.
Oh, she. Oh,
Shishi
night,
poo poo.
Tien. Good night, Tien.
Night, Tan.
Have a good night. Yeah, that's the other thing. The heat wears everybody out too.
Yes.
Low acid. I know, me too. I needed low acid organic. Mine isn't too bad acidic wise. You can also make it more base by putting a little bit of sea salt in it.
Oh,
Yeah, but it
what
changes.
about the butter? Putting
The
in the
butter,
butter.
the butter. Yeah, you can do that. I don't like that coating though. My
it's
yeah,
it's
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 like
my
lip
first
gloss.
morning gloss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the same thing with like the coconut oil. Like, but it'll clean you out. Help you things move along. So it's a
Mhm.
cleansing coffee. Oh yeah, if you have allergies and start consuming honey or pollen. Okay, that might be it too, DC, some of it, but just sugar in general, fructose in general, I have to be careful even with fruit. I can't have a lot of fruit, and I love fruit. I would be a fruitarian if I could be, especially when it's mango season. I notice if I'm eating like trying different types of mangoes and I'm eating too much mango, my my foot will start acting up. Like I'll get a lot of pain out of my left foot, and it'll be hard for me to walk. Purple and blue potato.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. I didn't know it had anything to do with UV.
Oops.
Kind of interesting that they adapted the elevations minerals. Yep, yep.
Mhm.
Well, we don't mess it up. That's right. I like butter and heavy whip. Ooh, that's some super rich coffee. I have to be careful with the dairy too, unfortunately. I do better on organic dairy, even though everybody's like, this, our organic is not organic. Well, something they do different with the organic dairy because it doesn't upset my tummy as much. I get an upset tummy with non organic, and I get more sore off of non organic, like dairy and cheeses. About the potatoes. Oh, off YouTube. Yeah, I always cross reference stuff on YouTube because they also make those shorts where it's like you can do this plant by just shoving, like you can have a banana by shoving a banana in soil. No,
No.
no, not unless it's the original bananas with the seeds, and the seeds are going in that soil. No, a banana from the supermarket, it's not going to give you a banana plant. So two of you, what times are your lives? 20 away from 500 and want to go live, the two of you. Oh,
Thank you.
yeah. Well, and
But we can
you
pretty
can
much, I think we can go we can join your live just about any time. Like, we don't have jobs.
Yeah. Well, for me, after 5 o'clock is hard because the family between 5 and
Yes.
about 10, because I have Malachi by myself or
Uh-huh.
everybody's home and I'm dealing with family time.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
yeah, my
so right now it's first thing in the morning for her. But I have seen Anne on some of your other lives that are in the
yeah,
afternoon.
yeah, the afternoon would be good probably, Anne.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me here. I'll put my. This is my new one, and I have to remember to check it. Somebody already had South Florida sunshine. I'm so mad, but it is South Florida sunshine 777 at Gmail, and that's my email. So you can email me or find me on Facebook. I'm under Carol Woods, and we
Yeah.
can. Maureen
I'll
and
put
I will all
I'll
work it
put
out
mine up as
together.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because we communicate via Messenger with each other for stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that too.
So I'm gonna say to use my Maureen Washington 5 at gmail.com.
Hey, Tuck. Thank you. Oh, good night. Have sweet sleep, Tuck.
Hey,
Tuck's
Tuck.
Floridian. It's good to have Floridians come in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he's like, "Oh, you mean the Fairchild Gardens, like Mango Fest?" And I'm like, "No, I forgot about that one because it's too far away from my house. It's like way south in Miami, and
Mm-hmm.
Miami's like driving in Orlando. It's like a death wish. It's gotten so bad. It's really really bad. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean Orlando, the city is bad. I haven't been up to around Disney
Mm-hmm.
in a while. Even dirt is organic. The industry needs to stop redo. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, I agree.
yeah. Well, but organic in the sense of it's certified where the soil is supposed to be pesticide free for 7 years, and all the other stuff that they don't add human manure to it. Like what was it? I think um, one of the president's wives brought in sewage basically for their garden, and there it went.
Wow.
Yeah, there it went, non-organic right away. Bleh. Even though it's organic, because human manure is coming from people,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really with all the medications and things that
That
come.
we take, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
it can
there's a
get
little birth
really.
control in there. There's some thyroid medication,
Yeah,
some
right.
antidepressants, some low blood pressure, some
Right.
diabetes medication,
Exactly.
antipsychotic.
But and anyway, we would be thrilled to do that with you. And you're welcome to come
Absolutely.
up and get practice before, if you want to, before you go live. You can come up when it's good for you, like the timing on one of our
Yep.
lives. Either
Yep.
one, we're open to
Yep.
that
Just
to help.
email us and we can all set up a time and
Yeah, them talking about a future without bananas because of breeding them to have less seeds. Um, the problem with bananas and a future, it could be a future without bananas because they are basically from only two cultivars. And if that cultivar goes down with a disease that takes it out, like what happened with the Michael, the original banana before we have the one now that we have, the cultivar, that one got a wilt, a serious fungal wilt, and it took it all out. The gross Michael, it was called, or it looks like gross Michelle, but it's gross Michael. And so we already don't have one commercial banana that was wiped out. And now we
mm,
have a different type of banana. And if that one succumbs to the wilt, that's what they're talking about. But we'll never be completely without bananas because we still do have the original bananas that are seeded in certain parts of the world, like I believe Costa Rica, the Philippines. But most of them are all clones, and that's why it can wipe out the whole thing. Bananas are clones of one another because of the way they propagate. Talking about bananas, here they are now tasting. ever so. I think it's because they're picking them early. There's a guy too that has caused some controversy who's on the Clock channel because he makes fruit move and look like he calls it lab grown fruit. It's not. It's lab. He puts little electrodes in them. And then you can't
Mm,
see the electrodes and the fruit like looks like it's breathing or it looks like it's moving.
wow.
Yeah, but they are trying to do lab grown fruit. For some reason, Australia started with the blueberry. Like, really? A blueberry? Why? Why a
They're so
blueberry?
prolific.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, the Australian farmers are not happy. They're like, you're ridiculous. You don't need to do that. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, DCB, that's the story behind the bananas. And they were hybridized over the years just for taste and also how they would ship. So,
Right.
but
Well,
animal, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
And a lot of those are being picked too early. It's the same thing with the avocados that you're saying that are rubbery. If they pick them too early, they never ripen correctly, and they end up dry. And mine have gotten that way before too. I picked them early, and they, even though they ripened on the outside, the inside was very like firm and bendy and weird. It was a weird texture.
Well, the whole thing of wanting to do all this stuff to the fruits and vegetables is so that they can patent it,
Hmm.
right?
Well, yeah, that's what they were talking about even that um, video that I think Barry shared with us about from Survival Lily, how they're patenting constituents that are in foods, just chemicals and things that are in food to get the patent on it. And then they can have a claim. And that's the
Yep.
same thing with the GMO plants. If they sell you those seeds that are GMO, they can take them back because they own them.
Yeah.
They own those plants.
Yeah.
Scary.
DC is saying the same thing.
Yes, very
So I probably
scary.
watched the same video that I think we get the video in our
Let me
group?
yeah. Oh my god, wait a minute. Oh my god. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not the using them for batteries. He actually will cut a slit in the back of the fruit, like leave the peel there, leave it laying there, and he puts some kind of animatronic in it that makes it look like it moves when he pokes at it or it's breathing. It's really creepy, but that's all his channel is those little things. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Barry, where you use them like the potato batteries. Well, our bananas here are all imported from somewhere. It does not taste good at all. You got to check how far they're coming from because if they're coming from far, they're picking them early is basically it. And also depends on the water. They're full of water. The whole plant itself, even in India, they will juice the plant because it's just full of water.
Wow.
Yeah. So if they're using crappy water to water these plants, that could affect the flavor. Just watch a Whitey video on the program where they are trying to collect all the DNA. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. It's scary as can be. Scary as can be. And it makes you feel powerless because like what can we really do other than pray because we can't access that kind of power and tell them no. I mean, we can go out in the street and get arrested because we want them to stay away from our plants.
Right.
Yeah, they're then that's what it is they're picking them when they're not ripe and then they won't ripen ripe. That's the same thing with the avocados.
Mhm.
There's so much that. Oh, thank you for clapping, PCBs. Shakes on the train to run with it, make waves throughout the. Oh, okay. That's good to know. The song does. Leave it to like the true songwriters to actually, drop what's really going on. That's what I
Mhm.
miss, like the old folk singers who would talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the political struggles within their songs and veil it a little bit, but
Yeah.
you knew what they were speaking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He puts electrode. Yes, yes. Yep, and runs some kind of current through. Exactly. Electrifies them and makes them.
Zzz.
There you go. That's what he's doing, Barry. There you go. But I think we did that with their nervous system, like somehow attached it to their nervous system. And bananas don't have a nervous system, so it's just weird. So
Hmm. Hi,
thank you,
Garrett.
Oklahoma. Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Hey, art. Resilient Dad. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey, resilient dad.
Oh, I have kind of. I think it's a West Coast question. Um, you know the new. Well, it's not really a new dance, but because Snoop Dogg's been doing it for a while. The crip walk dance, can anybody do that, or is that like you got to be careful not to be wearing certain colors when you're doing the crip walk, because is it associated with like Bloods and Crips? I don't know, because I was watching a guy do the little dance because I think it's kind of cute, like how they move their feet, and I wanted to learn it, and yeah, he was wearing a red hat, and everybody was down in the comments like he's gonna die. But that's like a West Coast kind of thing, from what I understand.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure, not completely sure. And I didn't know if you would know, Resilient Dad. What's 1900? What's that? 1900? What did I miss? Duncan, everybody's saying hi to you, Resilient Dad. You can tell them no, but the guy next door doesn't. And your plant. Yes, that too. Like people were ordering that GMO tomato, and they're like, I'm just gonna grow it. No, don't do it. No
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
how
yeah.
pretty it is, please don't. Oh, thank you, Storms. Yeah, he shared the link. Oh, is
Mm-hmm.
that 1900 hours? Checking in 100%. All right. I like that answer. Michael Jackson started the moonwalk. I don't know if he started the crypt. The crypt.
Actually, well, I don't think he started any of those things because of he was taking his moves from
Thank you,
oh,
Barrett.
what's that other guy? Um,
Right.
I forget the guy's name. I can't get up off that thing. That guy. Can't think of his
Mm.
name. Nope, won't come.
Oh, James Brown.
Thank you.
Mr.
So
Yeah.
you can look back and you can see a lot of the footwork. Like James Brown is, his is really scattered,
Hmm.
but it was very similar, and some of the
Yes. Yeah.
twisting and the getting up on the toes and things like that.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Michael
You're right.
brought it to attention to
There you
people,
go.
but it's like there's no new music in the world. Nothing. There's nothing new under the sun. We're just, you know, history's
Yeah.
just repeating itself in every little thing. Every chord progression is out there. There's nothing you can, oh, that's so new.
Right.
No, it's still a D. It's still just a D flat. It's still just a D sharp.
That's
Same
true.
chord. Nope, you
Right.
can't. Nope.
Yes, that one, DCVs. Yep. Yeah, certain people just make certain moves popular. That's true.
Yeah, yeah,
At certain times, and then we forget the predecessors of where they came from. But you're right. James
exactly.
Brown had a lot of those moves. You're
Yes,
absolutely
he did.
right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was just fast. Man, that man could move fast.
Uh-huh.
And wow, dropping down. And also his scream, his screech is still going around as viral. And yeah.
Wow, I feel good. Na-na-na-na-na-na. You knew that I would. Na-na-na-na-na-na. I feel good. Na-na-na. You knew that I would now. Dun-dun. So good. Bum, bum, so good. Bum, I got you. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, bum, 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 bum.
Are you getting, wait, am I going to get a strike? You're really good at
No,
that.
I'm singing because I'm singing it live. It's okay.
Okay.
We're not taking their recorded music.
I know. I'm just
It's
teasing
me.
you.
I'm gonna strike you. I'm
Ooh,
gonna
you're
go.
going to take me down
That's
now that I'm
that's
at your
that's my
level.
music. That was my music right there.
Oh, the footwork started back. Yes. Yep. Yeah, you can see in swing, like in the swing dances.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The 1200s? What were we wearing back then? The 1200s? Did you mean the
1200s come back.
1800s, maybe? What 1200s? I'm trying to think what we were wearing way back then. Like the Renaissance? Like that's the 1400s, I think.
I
I
think
like the
myself as
gowns.
Yeah, I think of myself as a black woman, I probably would be in some sort of burlap. So I'm not gonna go to 1200s.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
right, right. I'm up there trying to bring back the good times. That's right. We have the good
Mhm.
times. What are you talking about? Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
good song. It's a classic. There, DC, have you seen where they use it though and scare people and film them? They just turn it all the
Yes.
way up. And
Yeah.
it's so
Someone's
bad.
sitting there cooking, and
Yeah.
then
Like,
then there's the wow, and then
yeah, they throw something.
mhm.
Beautiful frocks. Was it when we were in all the layers though and the corseted? I like those old dresses, like where, but I would not want to be dressing like that all the time. Like, how did
Yeah.
those women like? And you didn't have toilets, so you're copying some serious squat in
Yeah.
that gown. Plus,
Yeah.
you're walking a lot of places, so the bottom of that gown is getting
It's filthy.
nasty. Yeah,
Filthy, filthy, filthy.
that's the time
Yeah,
of
but I
horses
think and
and
I think
carriages.
yeah, and panties weren't, undergarments weren't really super popular, so there could have been just just the breeze
Ew.
on what your mama gave you. Mhm.
Yep. Mhm.
So it's like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh, okay, it wasn't many. Yeah, I think it was the medievals. They were very flattering and beautiful. I know I love those period pieces that I'll
Oh,
watch,
yeah. Yeah,
and they look exquisitely dressed, and the
yeah.
fabrics that they show were gorgeous. Except for Gone with the Wind when she had to make it out of the drapes. But
With Carol Burnett.
she still made it look good. Oh gosh, the Carol Burnett's good about that, and she still left the thing in
The rotted.
the
"Oh,
rod.
this old thing." Uh,
This old frock, this old thing.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Pantaloons, yeah, they did some of them did have pantaloons. I think if you probably the wealthy had more, more things, but
Right.
also the wealthy, you had someone dressing you every day. So,
Right. Yes, that you needed to because of the corseted back that you were in. Plus,
mhm,
like then getting you needed help to get out of that,
get out of
like
it.
like for bed. But
Yeah,
they did always kind of have like that undergarment you saw, like it looked like a linen or a gauze
yeah,
undergarment
yeah.
for
Well,
bed that
most
they were
yeah,
in.
and yeah, they were wearing it all day, so you were sleeping in it. Now it's still, the bottom layer. It's like, ugh,
Yeah,
that's
I
kind of
know. I
gross.
know. And bathing was not a big thing back then. Like,
No.
you can't imagine. Like, they make it look so
Mm-mm.
beautiful, but really, they were
It's like,
wearing
I think it was really
flowers.
smelly.
Yeah, everybody was
There was some
smelly
pretty
and
bad stenches
dirty.
going on. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and they would have, like, lice and stuff in their hair, so they would shave their hair and wear wigs
Mm,
instead, and yeah, it's not as
mm.
pretty as the movies make it look.
No, no.
But, yeah, I do think the dresses are gorgeous, pass me
Uh-huh.
coffee, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I love the 1800s and that look of things. But again, it would be like, no, if I was back there, I'd need to be a rich white woman. So for me to enjoy being in that era,
But,
because I would want someone to be dressing me.
yeah. Did they dress you mean in corsets, or you mean they dressed with, like, the 1800 style? Near Blackpool is, like, pretty wild, sea town over there in England,
Uh-huh.
oceanside town culture. Kinda
Uh-huh.
like I don't know if it would be like Atlantic City. I think it's a little even wilder than that.
Mm.
I like the
I
1920s.
love the 20s.
Me
And
too.
you know what I don't understand? It's like I'm going to speak on my behalf myself, but mind you, I have very unusual hair because I can't have an afro, and so it's like I've kind of got like, hi, we're curly, but we're also really messy. Um,
I have that.
and it's like women back then, like in those 20s and 30s, even in the 40s with the victory rolls and stuff, they all did that themselves. Oh
Right?
no,
Oh, all the pin curls and
pin curls.
everything.
Like,
Mhm.
how did they know? Like, you go,
Right.
we can't hardly do it like I can hardly do my hair
Right.
right now myself. And they didn't have all the tools and all the fancy
I
things. They didn't
know.
have YouTube videos and tutorials.
Right.
They were
Right.
teaching each other, but it was like, how did they
Exactly.
mind you that I think they did a lot of tie up wraps the night before.
Yeah,
Like
they did
everything
right.
was a big process in life,
Yeah, it would
you
be too
know.
much process back then to get those
Yeah, it's
looks.
like, okay, we're gonna get dressed. Well, that's gonna take, an hour and a half.
Yeah,
And now we're gonna get undressed. That's gonna take an hour and a half. Well,
right.
a little less because we don't have to have everything so set up.
Oh,
Oh, and we have to do your hair, and it's like, oh my goodness.
oh my age. Oh my. Some of the cultures were more into bathing than the EU. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. I forget what culture it was who came there, and they were very into bathing. And it was kind of like, oh, they smell so nice. It was like written in their history books, like that this certain group
Mhm.
of people came and how nice they smelled. The men smelled very
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. Some marriages were crazy. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
not gorgeous, but
Beautiful.
how? How do they like, there's even this one girl, I've seen her on YouTube, and she's got really long, I think it's red hair. Yeah, long red hair, and she wears, like, Renaissance stuff,
Yep.
but she does these really complicated braids with her hair, like, I
Right, and then almost makes it where it's like a cloak.
yes, she wears it like a top, like,
Yeah,
I'm like, "What?
I just
How?"
this is I can't even do a nice messy bun. I get a top knot.
I get the top knot too when my hair
That's
is
as good
long,
as
it's
I
like
can
a
get as a
tiny.
top knot.
Yep, that's what mine does too when my hair is long. That's actually how I looked when they took the pictures of me for my college. I don't even know where that book is because Theron didn't like it because I was like in short shorts and a little crop top um, for FAU for my college for the art and whatever college of the university. I mean, and I'm covered in like mud from the clay, and I have a little,
Mm,
but I have that little top
yep,
knot because
this is it.
couldn't have a bun. Couldn't have the cool
Mhm.
big messy bun.
Yep, spend half the day dressing just so you can go
Dressing
to the
for
market.
yeah, like how early did those women have to get up to get to the market early in the morning, to get to the food, to bring it home, and then make it? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Cultures bathe, but again, much more well focused. Yes, exactly. And they had too, like some of the cultures had the bath houses because not everyone had their own bath at home, or
That's
you
right.
shared the bath, like
Yes, the
the
water.
same water. Yeah.
Yes. I
Yes.
we when I was I think it was in my grade 12 year, grade 11 or grade 12, and we came down to the Vancouver area with our choir and our band, and we were staying at this, it was Agassiz, and that's where I think they filmed uh oh my, why do you try to say other stories, Maureen? Um because it's like your brain just goes, I can see his face. The guy who played Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. So he was in
Okay.
that, whatever shoot 'em up movie. They
Mhm.
filmed it in there. So it's beautiful, big trees, like redwood
Yes.
trees and stuff like that. Very
Yeah.
anyway, so we're staying at this house, we're being billeted, and there's four of us girls being
Mhm.
billeted with this one family. And when we got to the place, like it was a big old farmhouse, beautiful farmhouse, like old, like it
Yeah.
wasn't like, ooh, modernized. And you have to remember this is in the kind of mid to late 80s,
Yeah.
mid 80s. And they said, "Oh, we drew you a bath."
What? Pardon?
They
Wow.
drew us a bath. And it was the fact that all four of us were welcome to use the bath water that they drew for us. I
Wow.
went, I went, I will go as I am smelling. I'm good. No,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not getting into a bath that someone else has bathed in. Nope, they just
Ew.
we drew you a bath and you guys can all take turns. It was like, yeah, no, we're going home tomorrow. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. You got a washcloth
Mm-hmm.
and a faucet somewhere? I can take one of those. It's called a kitty bath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I've that's like the Greeks too with all their elaborate systems for water
Yes.
before
Yes.
we thought it was even happening. Turks don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah. Well, no, they
communal
still do it
bath.
in the swimming pools too, and in different parts of Europe, and like a swimming pool,
Yeah,
a bathing suit is optional.
exactly. Yeah.
It's like you could come just buck naked, there, and there's grandma over there, and 5-year-old over here. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I'd have to be walking around like this and covering myself the whole time.
Right, that would be so
Very
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. It's not good.
My I think my thing is clicking or I think audio, and I don't know if it's this headset going out or if it's something on your side that's not connected. When you were talking, I just heard it.
Oh, well, you were clicking there when you were touching little
Okay,
dude.
so it is mine. Darn it! I'm gonna have to. That's all right.
Yeah.
550. I think these things are.
Carol buys a case of them.
Yes, I'm down to my last one. I've got to make sure they still have more. You made me remember that. Yeah, that it was so. Yeah, I don't think I could handle bathhouses. No,
Uh-uh. No,
no. But I mean, it
no.
was part of the culture, so they didn't think
You
really
didn't know
twice
anything
about
else.
it. You didn't know anything else. Yeah.
No, and the other thing though, like yes, there is a natural, stinkiness of people that, but they weren't eating the toxic foods that we are eating
Yeah.
that also make us,
Mhm.
have more body odor and things like
True.
that. You know, I think that they probably didn't stink as bad as we do.
That's possible. Yeah, that's possibly true.
Yeah.
That's
Certain
true.
areas probably, would stink just no matter what, because it's just you got to clean that area.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of just, pits and things like that.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't think I'd go there either. I think they have one in Miami. I don't know if they have one up this way. I've never looked it up, but I always, even in the 80s, we knew that people would lay out topless on a lot of the Miami beaches, and it was kind of allowed.
Yeah. Now in Vancouver, they have one that's called Wreck Beach, WRECK, I think. Wreck
Hmm.
Beach. And that is a complete nudist beach. Completely like buck naked. You pack your stuff, you bring all your foods, and you just once you get down the stairs, you just strip buck naked and spend your
Wow.
day being buck naked, naked. Nope.
I just,
Mama does not get naked in public areas. Mm-mm.
they call it naturalist. That's right. It's naturalist or something. That's a nicer word for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, we have quite a few. I was just looking it up. Oh my. Yep. I didn't realize that. It's good to know
Yeah,
though, because yeah, you don't want to just happen upon one of them. Like when you're traveling through Florida, like
yeah.
just
Uh,
walk out and everybody else is buck naked. Like,
uh,
okay. I think I'll go back to my
DCB's.
hotel.
Yes, the water is like it's probably on the Pacific Ocean. It's probably in the Pacific Ocean, but there is sometimes some inlets. The water will be a little warmer. Like I know up mid island, you can walk out forever and ever and ever, and it's only like thigh deep, and the water is absolutely warm, even though it is, um, part of the Pacific Ocean. But it's
Yeah.
just the because of the sandbar is so long that the water actually is actually quite warm.
Oh, it heats
So
it up because it's not,
yeah,
yeah, it's not as deep. Yeah,
not as deep.
we went out. I don't remember the name of the beach, but in California, it was woo, shockingly cold. But I
Yeah,
don't even remember what time of year we went there. Like
right.
it was a different. We weren't close to the beach when we lived in California. That's why my mom was so excited to get here to Florida. She always wanted to live by the ocean. Ours is definitely too warm here, though, because we get all those flesh-eating bacterias. Yay!
Mhm. Yeah, in our like I've got a couple of lakes that are just over here, and you do have to shower right away, because you will get the duck itch. So
The duck
from the duck poop.
itch.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, well, we can't go in fresh water here. You're taking your life in your hands, but people still do. Like I did when I was younger and didn't know better. Went
Mm.
water skiing over top of probably gators. Woohoo! And fell off the water skis and probably dangled my little legs over top of gators.
Mm.
I would hope though that they would move along with all that activity. Yeah, nobody wants to see that. And that's what's funny is like people are like, "Oh, a nude beach." Yeah, a lot of them are
Meh.
older people showing all their stuff. So it's not
Yeah, but
like
I
all
think
young fit people going there.
yeah. But I think I think those that are going to the nudie beaches and stuff like that, they're not like they're just
They
happy
don't
to be
care.
free. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're not sitting there oogling, looking at
Exactly.
people and stuff like that. It's not about that. It's just
No, it's not.
yeah.
No, I probably, if, I had my own little space, I wouldn't care. Like, nobody's gonna see me. I would
Mm,
do that. I would do that just for the sun on my whole body. As somebody who, has chronic pain, just to feel the sun
mm,
on my whole body and warm it up,
mhm,
that would feel so good. Because I can't really
mhm,
take baths and stuff, so yeah, all I have is like heating pads. And I do have
mm,
one of those red lights, but I wish I got the one like the infrared. I wish I got the one that
mm.
was roly poly and on a stand to where I could angle it. I just have one that
Oh,
you can sit in front of it or stand in front of it, and,
uh-huh.
and it sits on like a desk. I just have that one. Well, I won't be able to gawk. That's yeah. I knew what you meant. You wouldn't be able not to. Yeah. Well, that's like we get the tourists here from different countries, and for some reason, like Hungarian, some of the big Hungarian men like to wear like speedos and whites. Like,
Mm, mm,
no, dude, you get that red,
mhm,
it's all see through. You might as well be in
mm.
at one of those beaches places. I don't. Yeah. Well, there's that. You have to be very careful too. Those. Yeah, that's true. I have no idea how we got on this out of
Oh, we were
propagation
talking
and
about dressing from the 1800s and then
then
not
we
bathing and then moved on to nudie beach.
nakedness.
There you go. Yep. Nudie beach. Are you going to the nudie beach today? Nope, I'm not going to the nudie beach.
Oh
I'll
my
stay in
gosh.
my muck boots and my overalls. Thank you very much.
Propagation nation and nudity. I'm totally gonna change my title and get the clicks. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so to go back to propagation, make your propagation list. Try to make your propagation list. Also, this could be a list too of maybe things that you want to pick up from other growers that you want to try to propagate. But it's a great way to get extra plants,
Yeah,
and it's a great way
yeah.
to make a little money on the side,
Mhm.
possibly. Uh, I want to start doing that, but I'm definitely not starting it anytime real soon during the heat of the summer. That's for sure.
No, no,
Okay, this yeah, that should have never been. I agree.
no. Just wrong.
That's exactly it. Yeah, me too, Duncan. I could totally do that. In fact, when I was young, oh gosh. When I was younger, in my backyard at my parents' place, I had put up a barrier and I did try and do like topless sun tanning at the time because this was when I was young and wearing crop tops and I didn't want any tan lines. And my poor mother came out and there I was. She's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
That's right.
I'm
You're
like,
being
"I
a
just
nudist.
no, none of that." Like, but mom, I've got barrier. I don't care. Put your top on. I'm like, but I just didn't want any tan. I just put something on. I was like, sorry, mom.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I think so too. For here at least. It's okay. I was trying to go back to propagation. You were late to that conversation and got this really, you know,
Mm,
juicy, tabloid kind of stuff that we're talking.
yeah.
I know. Whoops, we went way off course. But yeah, maybe I'll put that in my title and get the clicks. But
Why not?
I don't know, I'm telling you, it does work. Sadly, like people do. What? Oh, she's got nudity in that title. Let me just stop by there.
Nudie beaches.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have any at this age. I definitely don't have any desire to hop on and let anybody see me at a nudie beach in
Mm-mm.
broad daylight. No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. But yes, I think we went from propagation to fornication. No, we didn't do the fornication part. We're just talking about nudity. That's a different thing. Nudity can be artistic. It doesn't have to go there. Just like the
Mm.
great, like the Greek statues and things like that. The classic nudity. Just not wanting to stare at it. Well, it gives you time to get your plans made. Exactly. And that's the same thing for other people. Like, um, are they going to do this when they do their cuttings and start cutting things back and putting them away for, the colder months? Yep. Mhm. Yep. For us, our work starts fall. Okay, okay, implied. Okay. Okay, good. Well,
It was
yeah.
implied.
We did. I didn't
Mhm.
mean to. Yes, the classics. Yes. But yeah, now's the time to do it, and and just even to make your list for what
Yes.
you're go-
Yes.
you're going to be
Getting
able to.
that organized so that,
Mhm.
when the time comes, because certain things it's like, okay, now is a good time to propagate it or, dig
Yeah,
it up or whatever.
'cause
So,
especially after it's blooming, like you're gonna go and be trimming it back. That's the time where you'll have your cuttings and letting people know, hey, trimming back my mulberry. If anybody's interested, $10
mhm,
for 5 cuttings. Depends on how big your mulberry is, if you have a
mhm.
certain type or whatever you have that has cuttings. Yes. Okay. Are we back? Okay, we're back into gardening. Let's see. Most cuttings need to be kept in the shade till they get. Yes. And I didn't realize
Mm,
that with my
that's also,
elderberry
yes.
and that's the same thing too. I find down here I have a harder time doing sweet potato slips because our sun is so strong. The UV
Mm.
is so strong that I'll just throw the whole sweet potato in there and let it do its thing and just let
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, and I think you can get away with that, that's the thing.
Mhm.
So,
I almost spit my coffee out, sweet stuff.
dear.
For
Mm.
those just listening, maybe just get stronger grow lights for the nude stuff. That is, but it will probably work for the cuttings too. Hey, you covered both. You covered both with those grow
It
lights.
is killing
Just
2
brought,
birds, 2
yeah,
birds.
just brought both together. Yep, showed me where the crossover is.
Mm,
Propagation. I have to move my pumpkin plant, which is in a container because it doesn't have enough room. Oh, wow. Yeah, those plants that want to spread all over the place, just like my yam. Although, what I did see David the Good do is he put up like, oh, I can't think of the name of it. It's like a pipe and it goes through like, um, it's a pipe up at the top, but they have a fixture that you stick on other pipes that are in the ground and you let them grow up that thing.
is
But
it PVC? Is it a PVC pipe?
it can be PVC, it can be metal, and they
Mm,
have like the little attachment at the top of the pipes
right.
coming out of the ground that the pipe can go through.
Yeah.
And yeah, he grows them that way. Gosh, I can't forget it. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. I can't describe it too well tonight.
Mm,
A beekeeper's brain is always working the next season ahead. In spring, we are working summer, and summer, we are setting up for fall, prep for winter. Yeah, see, I'll never be a beekeeper. My brain
no.
can't. I can't do all that pre-planning. My brain just does not naturally do that. It's very difficult. Pause. Where? On Sweet Thumb? Too funny. That's right. You can stay inside with your naked self and your plants. There you go. The gardening naked interior design whatever lady. That's a new channel.
Mm,
She does it all and you just have plants in front of her. She's going to have a million views.
mm,
Now the raised beds are not big enough. Yeah, no. Unless you put them you can cascade them off the end, but then you still need space for them to spread out and
mhm.
pumpkin plant is next to the walkway. Yeah, that's where you don't want it, near a walkway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm finding down at the farm right now is that there is just so many spaghetti squash or spaghetti squash plants and other
Right.
vining plants, and it's just gonna be a big
Mhm.
party of squash out down there.
Facts, DCBs. Yeah, staying ahead of the bees. Yeah, you have tons of squash. You're like the squash
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah, I went and picked, I think,
Oh,
5 or
okay.
6 zucchinis today that were
Really?
not big on
Wow.
they were not that big on Monday. Well, the one
Yeah.
I picked one yesterday, we were doing Greek food last night and, just from
Mm,
the front yard here, but
yum.
I went and picked out a bunch of the, zucchinis from the farm today. It's just like,
Yummy.
I'm gonna be that friend that people don't wanna talk
Yeah,
to.
because you
You
keep
know, "Don't
giving
answer the
them
phone.
zucchini.
Don't answer the phone. It's Maureen. She wants to leave us a zucchini at our house again. Stay away from her." Mhm.
Yeah, that I wouldn't mind having a friend like that. I totally would not mind. Oh, goodness, so funny. Oh, he got a good picture. I just saw the, the
Oh, yeah.
Homestead Aquarius.
Yeah, there's another one coming.
Oh, my squash. See, I wish I'm gonna have to plan for some squash this year, even though I'm
Yeah,
the only one who eats it. So I've got to figure out exactly what I want to grow and what I like because I'm the one eating it.
right.
And then I'll be that neighbor maybe and start giving it away. It depends on what attacks it because I just have things here that never die and lots of them. To see if all
A
these.
zucchini? Hey, Rob.
Ooh. Hey, Rob, welcome in. I don't know, Sweet Thumb, maybe. And I just noticed, Sweet Thumb, you are not. You're supposed to be
Ranched. Ranched.
branched. Yeah, you've been with us long enough. You should definitely have a wrench on my side chat. I thought you were for some reason. Boop, boop, boop. I hope you don't mind. Doesn't you don't have to do anything with this, but it's if you want to share your channel because I don't have the bot set up yet.
Rob, where do you live? What state do you live in?
Tejas, he's in Texas. Tejas,
Oh,
Tejas. The vegetables in my friend's back seat to take home to his family. Told him after he left. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Hey, by the way, how bad has it been out there, Rob, for you guys as far as the weather with the heat? Got 3 cucumbers. And did you get any of that rain from like any systems from Beryl when it came through on the East Coast? Got 3 cucumbers and yellow squash out of the garden. Nice, you
nice.
guys. I love hearing this stuff. I'm trying to grow zucchini for the first time this year. Um,
Cool.
that's awesome. I don't know. It's like we can't grow that stuff in the heat of summer. I don't know how Texas does it. Do you guys get
Northwest Texas.
cooler nights sifting some soil? And sifting some soil, I thought you were in Florida that time when we were talking plants.
Mm.
I'm Northwest High Plains. Yeah. Oh, I was watching something. I don't know who shared it. Maybe Cindy sent it to me about how Beryl followed the same track as solar eclipse.
Mm.
Yeah, isn't
Mm.
that interesting?
Mm, very
Very
interesting.
peculiar. Yeah, maybe
Mhm.
shade, but I'm not sure. They seem pretty like flat landed like we are. And a little bit, I mean, the areas are, I don't know, it's just different. Some of them are like desert areas. And I'm just surprised at what they can grow this time of year. And it's like they're getting hundreds and stuff. Let's see, not too terrible so far this year. We actually got a little rain, but nothing from the hurricane. Some low hundreds. Ooh, and dry. It's crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah,
The
let's see
zucchini's
what
in the
happens.
shade?
Yeah, because she's in Texas too.
Oh, okay.
So maybe dappled light. You probably still need the light. Yes, it did. It was Passamaquoddy. She shared it with me. If you take the last 2 eclipses.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. I know. Nobody wants to be crossed out in this time, but that's what it seemed like. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble. We need to say some prayers. Nobody wants an X marks the spot over their whole country.
I'm going to be right back. I think I'm going to go and get myself a little bit of Irish cream. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
yummy. That
Mm.
sounds delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah, what do you know? That's pretty wild. Yeah, I just We are done pretty much down here. Yep. I can still hear you, Irish cream lady. I have shake off the upper parts of my garret. Yeah, I tried to do that one time when I didn't realize the tomatoes were supposed to be done and I had tomatoes coming up, but they just still didn't make it because I had planted them too late for my zone down here. Oh, wonderful, Anne! Did you bag them like Marines bagged hers to protect them from the bugs, or do you not have to do that there? That sounds fantastic. I would love a peach tree. I'll have to look that up, DCBs. You're gonna get me going down a rabbit hole before bed. I know that sounds really delicious. I don't have much of anything. Oh wow, huh? Yeah. I thought, look, where does the X actually cross over? Like, where is that X that marks the spot? No, it's a good investment if you can get them there. The organza bags to put over your fruit. Oh, but yeah, fresh peaches sound delicious. My favorite is nectarines. I wish I could grow nectarines. I caught it what you meant because I'm visual. No, we can't. It gets too hot here. They just, and also the pest load is very, very high right now. What we could grow, and it seems to be somewhat okay, are the Everglades tomatoes, but then they just pitter out. Plus, we also have usually the tropical rains. So, we would have to stay on top of like fungus, the fungus among us, right? All the blight. We have a lot of blight in plants like that. Too late. Like when it gets too hot, it gets too wet at the same time. Exactly. I wonder what's up with Carbondale, Illinois. There was even something too, DC, about the name beryl. I forget what it was that I looked up. Like emeralds are a beryl, and emerald is part of the high priest's breastplate. And I forget, it was like some little things that were clicking, but I didn't see anybody put it in a video. See, it seems like Tesla's higher. Yep, it does. Yep, yep. I know you do, but for some reason our UV is just crazy here, and it fries them. They get sun scald, but it's the pests that take them out. We can do great with peppers for longer because they like the heat,
Mm-hmm.
but then again they don't like which is it the one? Yeah, peppers like heat but not wet feet, right? I think they don't like to be real wet.
And they don't want a lot of. They like the heat, but they don't want hours and hours and hours of sunshine either.
Yeah, yeah, and that's kind of what I've got. Seems like there is a higher. Oh, I just read that. Do you save your ice cream buckets, or is it just me finding other uses for them? I don't have ice cream buckets because then I would be
Meaning
300.
I was eating ice cream.
No, no, I don't. And plus, ours are like the buckets we get here. I don't get that ice cream anymore because they're filled with fillers. I'll get smaller things, and those are usually like that wax covered paper. It's not like the plastic like they used to have. But you can reuse like yogurt containers and stuff, but I don't need to. I have so many planters that
I'm a bucket saver, and
yeah.
I actually I don't we don't do a lot of ice cream, but my mother does, and so every time I make a trip up to visit her, do you want some more ice cream pails that she just
Oh, I
saves
would
them for
totally
herself?
save those. Yeah, if I had
Mhm.
them, I would totally
Ice
save
cream
them.
pails, I yeah.
They're great
So
for everything. Those old ones like my dad used to get too for us as kids for that ice cream. And
yeah.
Malachi is dairy. He has to be dairy free. He's has a bad reaction to dairy, and the other
Mm.
two are lactose intolerant, and I'm not really supposed to have it either. Yes, that's what I do too, DC. I make sure it's real ice cream, very low ingredients. Or I just have
Yes.
a fruit smoothie, right from the fruit. That ice cream sandwich, which now I want because I took my mangoes though out of the freezer to eat them unfrozen, and now I kind of wish I didn't, and just because it's like
Mm,
sorbet.
right.
But, ice cream sandwiches. I hope you didn't get the one though that doesn't melt in the sun. Storms. Wasn't it you who
Ah,
told me about that? It's like creepy. Yeah, they're great for many things. We used to get too. My dad would get these like at Costco, the nut containers that had the screw-on lid, and they had a really cool grab, like where you would grab it. And I think it was the salsa
right.
containers you like. Those were
Right.
great for in the garage and for organizing stuff, little
Hmm.
stuff. More, but it's worth it to me. Yeah, me too. If I'm gonna eat ice cream, I want it to be a good ice cream
Yeah.
to do
Very
to
low.
do less damage to
Yeah.
me because
Low ingredients.
I'm already eating something I'm really not supposed to have.
Hmm.
It melted. That sounds good. I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in forever. Probably have to learn how to make them just so I could actually have it. Oh, well, like I see people that it's like piles and piles. I have too many piles of other stuff, or
Right.
I probably would be right there. And I like I
Yeah.
said, I have a lot of planners I need to use up
Yeah.
to where
I'm the ice
my hus
cream pails, the 5 gallon pails. I like to
I
collect
want
those.
them. Yeah, the 5 gallons, I want them. Those are
Yeah.
great
And there's
for us.
I think like we do have a milk processing and ice cream plant here. And so one
Ooh.
of the workers, he brings them home. And so it's like, you can get it for like $2 or 2.50 without a lid and $3 if you want the lid. And so you go, I'll buy those. They're cheaper than the box stores, and the box stores have their logo on it. This just says, orange, whatever it was, the flavoring to put in the
Mhm.
ice cream. So,
Yeah, oh, those sound good. I used to like the ones that had all 3 flavors Passamaquoddy. The Neapolitan, I can never say it.
Neapolitan, yeah.
Doesn't melt this. I know. Yes, that is what you heard me say.
Well,
Somebody
it might still melt in the sun, but
it's very
if you
long.
look at the one that starts with a B, which is super popular, um, if it says on the front of the package frozen dessert, I used to, because I couldn't afford to buy the B one because I had 5 kids, and then when I
Right.
could afford it, I'm serving out ice cream, and some people didn't finish their ice cream, so it's sitting in the bowl. The next morning, whatever
Mhm.
mound had not dissipated, and then there also was someone put their bowl into the dishwasher, and again it was a mound of that ice cream sitting there. I opened the dishwasher the next morning, and it's like it's still a mound. It is
Ew.
not. It is not dissipated,
The
like
frozen dessert one,
the
right?
frozen dessert one.
Yee. Yikes.
Hmm.
So that there you heard
By the bee company that rhymes with Myers.
it. Really? Because that's usually like I get their 5 ingredients or less, and I've never had that happen. They're
Right. So
real,
that's
but it's
probably
their
not
real ice cream,
ice
though.
cream. Yeah. So it's more expensive than the frozen dessert kind, but they all look the same.
Yes, they
So you're, oh,
do.
I'm
That
picking up this vanilla, and it's like,
right.
right.
That's what I tell my husband. I'm like,
It
"Please look at
starts
the
with a B, blue,
ingredients."
pal, buddy.
I know some of those too. That's what I was thinking, Rob, because some of them are not so they're like a frozen dessert. Yes, it
Yeah.
is not ice cream. But the problem with that too is now they make frozen desserts out of coconut and almond milk, and it's like you have to check those too to see how many fillers and everything
Exactly. How much
because
sugar?
yeah, because I got sick. I got some strawberry for Malachi because he can't have regular ice cream for his birthday. And of course, I'm like, well, I should try it and see if I can eat it. I got sick right after. Like, so I don't know if I was already sick, but it didn't contribute a good thing to my flair, we'll just say, because of the sugar
Right.
probably
Right. But
and the
did you have
fillers.
anything else in your stomach too? That also plays a part.
I have no idea. I don't
Having an empty tummy and then putting that in there, your body goes, I don't have the enzymes to break that down.
remember.
Or it could be that you've eaten something, and now that you've mixed the two, they go, I can't break that down.
I don't know DCBs. I haven't tried llama or alpaca, and goat grosses me out because all
Oh,
I can
it's
think of is that smell of the
no.
goat.
Mhm.
Eh, I'm not
No, no,
can't
no,
get
no,
past
no,
that.
no.
Yeah. You
Mm.
have to check the ingredients because somebody was arguing with me about Tillamook, and Tillamook has a bunch of crap in it too. I'm sorry, go look at the ingredients. Like, and that's the same thing with Breyers. Breyers has their version that has a bunch of crap, and then they have
Yep.
the one that has 5 ingredients, and
Mhm.
it's okay. But they're always trying to sneak it in the fillers
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
it'll cost them, less money. But I've never had a good relationship with a lot of those Bluebell and Blue Bunny because they have a lot of fillers too.
Yeah. And you don't wanna do the, um, what is it? The soft serve ice cream. That is just
Yeah,
there's nothing good in that.
right.
Any of those soft serves. It's like it's
I
not.
know.
I don't know that there's actually even milk in the soft serve.
Mm, yeah, yeah. They're still putting the corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup, and it's the same thing with them. It depends on the flavor what you're getting. I just looked it up
Hey,
with Blue Bunny.
G3GS Farms, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
It's
what do
late
you?
for you, sir. What are you doing up?
Yes, exactly. Dad used to take me to the farm where
So good.
they. Yeah, I miss those old places.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely check because they're always trying to slip in the fillers so it doesn't cost them as much.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is clean.
Yeah, it's clean.
And actually, that's what you want is because there is an enzyme that will actually help you to break it down for
Yep.
people who
Yeah.
can't break it down.
Yeah.
When you start drinking fresh milk that's just been milked right from the cow,
Right.
um, some people can. I still can't. There is some things I do, and so it's yeah, no filtered, no pasteurized, straight
Yeah.
up, because then you're actually getting the enzyme that helps to break it down,
Yeah.
and that's
Exactly.
what you want.
You're getting
So
true whole milk. You're getting everything
yes,
in that
yes,
milk that
yeah,
helps you process it. I still
yeah.
can't process it. I've
No, I
tried
can't
it.
either.
Yeah, it's too rich for my stomach, my belly. Just too rich.
Mm.
And I love like the fresh cream in my coffee, like Duncan 1900 was saying. I love that. I love a good like old fashioned coffee like I used to have it was my half and half with sugar. It was 3 creams
Mm,
and 3 half and
mm,
halves going through McDonald's on my way to work. So
wow.
I used to love it light and sweet, and now I drink
Mhm,
it black, nothing in it anymore. I was allowing a
mhm.
little honey or a little maple syrup, but nope.
Yeah, I would like cacao as well, but then you have to
Yeah,
have 2.
I know. Your ice cream once. That was really good. Yeah, custard, I think it means that they use raw egg when they're making it. I think that's the difference between custard,
Mm,
like an ice custard and ice cream. J3 saying hello to everybody. I didn't know.
mhm.
Yeah, it does. It just said it on their website on Blue Bunnies that it depends on their flavors, what and just like Breyers, what's in there.
Yeah, yeah,
Can't go by names anymore. That's the thing. The name brands are all using fillers. It's the same
yeah,
thing with like
yeah.
Hershey's. Hershey's started making all their chocolates down in Mexico, and
Mhm,
people were having some gastric issues with some things that from them that they never had gastric issues before, and that's how people started saying, "Oh, it's not made here anymore. It's made down there." Selling it in hubby once. Yeah, let it go and get it. If anything, you can water it down and spray it on like your tomatoes if you're growing tomatoes,
mhm,
and they'll love that extra calcium and they also helps fight the blight.
mhm.
Oh, I don't know how to take that. That's I would just had to get up and see us. I guess
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
love a little cow too.
I would too, but you gotta have 2. A
Yeah,
little nice
I didn't
crowd
know
to
that.
milk and raise dinner off of. Mhm.
I didn't know you
No,
had
I
to have
think it's brilliant. Yeah,
why do you
everything
have
has to
to
be
have
in herds.
2?
You have to have herd because they're herd animals.
Oh, yeah, that
Some
got
people
it.
have been able to have a cow that felt that the family was part of the herd, like it,
Right.
so it would hang out at the house mostly. But
Yeah,
no,
could
they're every animal. It's not good to have just one.
yeah, I've seen that with, like, if you have a horse, as long as you have a goat and they're both herd animals, sometimes they actually, if they get along, will keep each other company and accept each other as herd. So I
Right.
wasn't sure if cows would do the same thing. Yeah, it's nice and creamy and rich. My great grandmother used to love to just take off the cream when the milkman would
Mhm.
deliver it. So I don't know how
Mhm.
my stomach got sensitive with how my ancestors used to eat.
Mhm. Well, it's all the other stuff.
Yeah,
It's all the other stuff. So
true.
we don't have the proper enzymes to break down different foods. And when it's a chemical based thing, your body goes, I don't know how to break that down. So then it becomes, inflammation.
Oh, wild Rob. I have my great grandmother's stars. Ooh, that just went black. That was weird. Am I here?
Yes, you're still here.
That was so weird. It just
Unfortunately, you're still here on the earth. You did not get zapped up into Jesus' realm. So
okay.
suck it up, princess. You're
No
still here.
rapture. No rapture. Darn. It's my Wi-Fi. I'm looking at it. It's going in and out. Okay. But I have the I don't know if they're half gallon. I think they're a pint. I don't know. I'll have to go and look at them. Oh, it's a quart. I have quarts of, and it says juice, and they're the old Hazel Atlas, and they used to get delivered to my great grandmother's front door.
Mm.
So, like, yeah, things like that, she would probably, she could speak to me. She'd be like, "Why are you keeping my recycling?" Because I store sugar in it, my
That's
Myers.
right. Mm.
Yeah, that's what she loved. The couple inches on the top would scrape it right off the spoon.
Oh, I'm not sure if that was for me because I
Yeah,
finished my Irish cream,
no,
or if
that
it was
was
that
for
you.
this for me for
Okay.
the 3 sugars. It was still coffee.
Oh, okay.
But it
Yes.
was like a dessert at the same time too, DCB.
Yes, it was it
Mhm.
was 2 food groups, getting 2
Yeah,
food groups out of the
yeah,
way.
yeah. No wonder why I could like just operate on like coffee for, the beginning of the day when I was younger. Because, yeah, I had a little protein from the milk, had all that sugar. The eggs don't get since I ate
Mhm.
eggs hens. I can't stand the taste. Oh, I can't. I've got to get my own hens. Got to get to a place where I can have my own hens to see what that's like. But what if I get my own hens and then I'm like, I think I like store bought better.
No, you won't.
I
Can tell
don't
you
think
right now.
no, I
Mm-mm.
know I won't. I've been to
Mm-mm.
Vermont and they, I like had a bed and breakfast and everything was fresh and the eggs were so delicious. As if they were
Mhm.
fresh off the farm. Same thing with the dairy.
Yeah.
And the cream to make butter, just shake it back. Mmm, yummy. I know, he heard it too. I rolled over and heard your voice in my bed. You see? Yeah, they'll get depressed if they're by themselves. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of dead food. We had a Jersey milk cow, only her, no herd. Oh, okay. So then,
Yeah, I think sometimes the
tomorrow.
if a cow can, imprint that the family or the people are part of my herd, and, it just depends. Some cows can, some cows can't.
Oh, that is adorable, Anne. I saw a
Mhm.
horse here, made friends with the farmer's dog, and followed it everywhere. Well, they have that
Oh,
one goat that made such a good friend with the horse that it would hop on its back and then, like, it scratches its back with its hoof and kind of directs the horse. It's the
yeah.
wildest thing. Oh, is that what lagged? Okay. It completely went black on my side, like my picture, right? Can you imagine if it just came back and my clothes were here? Everybody be like,
Yeah. Uh,
ah!
and then, of course, I'm like, "Dang it. Dang it, I knew that that was not good, whatever I did." Yeah.
That would be me. You would be gone. I'd be here saying that.
Yeah, no, I had some pretty negative thoughts towards myself. Mhm.
Oh, to get milk a couple of years ago was not wow. Yeah, that was here too, and it was less than a
Yeah,
gallon. It was less than a gallon, the real milk. And they shut
yeah.
the place down here. I feed my bees. I must be a little bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Yeah, I can't remember what ours what it was going to cost. I think for me to get 6, they were quart and a half jars.
Yeah.
Um, $70 for me to get 6 quart and a half jars, but he would charge me half price because I was taking the leftovers
Mm-hmm.
of milk that he hadn't sold and he would just throw out. So,
Oh, okay. It partly depends on
mm,
the feed the cow also. Oh, okay. Sometimes I'm not supposed to have milk, so I buy
mm,
self-stable milk cooking. I know. That would be me. That's one of the things like during hurricane season when we've lost power before, when Wilma went through and we lost it for a while, I use condensed milk in my coffee. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. So good. So bad. So
it's my
bad for me.
favorite, my favorite.
I know. This is so delicious. And then I find out my mom, like after we're through the hurricane and we can all talk to each other. She's like, "Oh, your great grandmother used to love to do that in her coffee too." And I was like, "Man, my great grandmother knew how to eat."
Mm,
Mm, that's right. There's an effort to bed. Yeah, yep. And to get it, you have to say you're using it for your pets
yeah, same here up
because
here
it's
in
regulated so much.
Canada.
Yeah.
GT,
Welcome back, GT. Welcome back.
GT.
They are starting to go after art in some states. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, they closed the place down not too far from me, DC, and that was years ago. That
yeah.
was doing
I think I mentioned it on one of the lives in the last couple of weeks. But what we've been hearing reports of is that for those that are in rural areas, then they're and like I'm pretty close in here. Or even if I put it out, put if you put out a shingle that says fresh eggs for sale, they're coming in. They're saying, "Hey, we need to test your birds. Your birds might have that bad stuff, and it might affect other humans. Oh, it does have it. We have to take your birds."
you have to, yep, put your
Mhm.
flock to sleep.
Yep.
Hmm. Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're spreading, and the EU is causing some really awful things to happen now too.
Yep.
What we heard about from that link that Barry
Very.
shared
Mhm.
from Survival Lily is Germany is dealing with it. Uh, and I forget she mentioned some other countries, but basically EU countries.
Yeah. Wasn't she
Uh,
Swedish? No.
I
No,
don't
maybe she's
know.
Austrian.
Yeah, Austrian. The Austrians were dealing with that. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Austrian and German. They're close to you.
I
Looking
think
for
I need to
strength.
go and get some more of this.
She's over in Turkey, Rob. So I don't know what they have over there compared to us in America. In it. Oh, it's the A4. I think is it A4 or A2? Is it the one that
It's 18.
it's A2, I think. That's the one that
18.
Justin Rhodes they were testing their cows for it. No, I don't.
No, you don't?
I missed that one. I don't want.
Oh, I think
Oh, probably maybe the chickens. Like, no, you won't take the chickens.
maybe.
I can milk and carol syrup just in case shift if someone has a baby. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Very good.
Yeah, we with Hannah had to have the dark Caro syrup because of that stupid soy milk because she would get backed up, the poor little thing. Right. There's a lot of scams going on for sure. Well, they said that basically if everyone in America had backyard chickens, we would wipe out that industry completely if we all kept our own. Yeah, probably not. I mean, we can't even get all the same like grocery stores in the United States, and we have different ones in different states or different coasts saying they don't need to come. Yeah, no, they don't need to come to my land. Don't put a sign out basically to invite them to buy things on your land is what's going on basically in where Marine is. I don't want to say the country. So I'm missing something. That's the only thing. Like when we're talking and there's a little delay in between the answers and what we're talking about, sometimes my ADHD just flakes out. Yeah, DC, that's a good way to go about it. Oh, I thought that's who you were talking to was Anne. Wait, what did I miss? Oh, you're talking to Passamaquoddy. I'm sorry, Rob. I'm tired. I took 2 naps today. That's how tired I am. Like I'm hoping I'm not coming down with something. I almost feel like it's some like a chest cold wants to happen, but I have asthma, so it could just be really heavy pollen count right now. My allergies. Yeah,
Oh,
that too. You don't. Yeah, they might bring it with them, BC. Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I'm saying that our politicians get a lot of money from those things you're talking about. So
Mhm.
they know there's a big stake in keeping these big commercial organizations going. Sorry about that, Rob. I had a flaky moment. Not that that happens often. I mean, I'm always on point. Come on. Topic, but I bought a cheap candle from Molly Wolf, and I swear it smells like I just cut into a cold. Oh, ooh, that's that. The lime oil from Young Living does that to me. It makes me
Mm.
like almost
Salivate.
salivate a little bit, like I'm gonna bite into a lime.
Yeah, that their lime oil is delicious.
If I'm sorry, if I'm missing. I know, right? Try being up here when you've got more than just her and I on the panel, and there's multiple conversations and a side chat, and I'm trying to make sure I
Yeah, and then if
engage.
we go and research something to bring it up, it's like,
Yes, you get.
mhm,
Yeah, that's a lot going on. I know
mm.
it's not you, Rob. It's me. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. Although I do have a shirt that says it's you and it's not me or something like that. Yeah, personal. Yeah, right. That's the thing is it's like they talk about that uh you'll own but you'll be happy and it's like we already actually don't own things that they can just claim that we didn't pay our taxes.
Mhm.
They can just make things happen and take our land, like,
Yeah,
that we consider our land. It's really
yes. No.
not already. Embarrassed myself enough for when I Oh, no, you didn't. That was all me. Have a
Mhm.
good night, Rob, though. Have a
Good
sweet
night,
sleep.
Rob.
We've got like 7 minutes, not even, and we're to our 3 hour mark, and we'll call it.
Perfect.
It's a cheap $6 time. Watermelon now. Oh no. I've been getting, but I mean, we get the watermelon from Walmart or BJ's, so of course it's I'm sure GMO. I've been getting reflux from it, and I've never gotten that ever.
Mm.
And what's a shame is we could grow such great watermelons down here.
Yeah.
We had a lot of how you say I don't know if they moved here after World War II or they were here because there was an internment camp. But there was a lot of Japanese farming that was happening around in the Delray Beach area, and they even have a museum that honors the Japanese um, on the land that I believe was where they farmed. It's called the Murakami Museum, and watermelon was a mainstay. Like it was
Mm,
something
mhm.
on the farm.
Mhm. I can see that.
You're already happy. Thanks. Good. That was a
I don't
lot.
need to. Yeah, I'm happy. I
Good.
own nothing and I am happy. I am
You're already
happy
happy.
now. Mhm.
And bring you back to us. Good.
Yeah.
Yes, let's all try and bring each other back. This
Back, yeah. Hey, I'm lost. Can someone bring me back
um,
in?
yeah, well, we
Oh,
usually do DC. This is our thing. Get those 3 hours, and then YouTube does its
yeah,
math, and hopefully we'll get hours towards our 4,000. Moving,
exactly.
moving forward. We don't want to move back, and that's what I did by 5 hours as soon as I got partnership.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, she's got the full day ahead of her over there in Turkey. Oh, by the way, Anne, has anything happened? Do you want to report?
We should be aware of.
Yeah, let us know, especially in our country. Has anybody
Yeah.
like something happened? Right.
Yeah, we had there was Japanese internment here in British Columbia as well, and it
Exactly.
was
Must
because one of my family members, she her her in laws were Japanese, and they had businesses and everything, and they just came in. The government just came in and said, "You can't have this business anymore, and we need to take you to this internment camp." So they
wow.
took away everything. They had nothing when, and I think later on when, okay, there was nothing, you guys were not,
Mm,
you guys were not a threat to the state. I think they gave them a little bit, but it's like their
mhm,
businesses are gone. They've
right.
been here for, I don't know if it was a year or 18 months. And
Mm,
so you go, I can't start from scratch. I have nothing. You took me away from everything.
right. Exactly. They've done that too many cultures. Too many.
Yeah.
Um, but nothing like, just jailing them all during a war. Like
Hmm.
what in the
Hmm.
world? And they were
Hmm.
established kind of Americans and they just happened to be from Japan. Uh, let's see. It was called the Farming Colony in Fairway, Florida. I don't know why it's there. But yes, it was. They did do some time.
Mm.
And they were nobles too. They were
Yeah.
from a noble
Didn't,
family.
did not matter.
Nope.
Did not
No.
matter. They stripped him of everything.
Yep. Yeah, this person had graduated from Yale University. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, wow. This is neat. They chose the name Yamato for the farming colony. The characters they're showing, the Japanese characters, mean great peace. Hmm,
Mm.
that's really neat. I'll have to look more into this and I'll share about it. But yeah,
Mhm.
they brought a lot of their Japanese farming and innovation to Florida and
Hmm.
helped Florida out, even though that horrible thing happened.
Mhm.
Where are we? Sorry, guys. Gosh, we've covered, let's see, nude beaches, propagation, um, now Japanese internment camps, milk, and what raw milk is, and what good
Mhm.
ice cream
Ice
is.
cream is and what
Yeah,
bad ice cream is.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what to title this live if I need to change nudity and propagation.
And don't eat the ice cream.
Yeah, and don't eat the ice cream. And check your ingredients. Oh my gosh. I am crazy. I just lost the spot. All right. Okay, he was there. Hold on. Not only yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. So Anne says, because everyone thinks they won't fail and that they can do better.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, that people, they never learn. No, they
Right.
don't.
Exactly.
And
They just keep repeating. Yep.
and then DC says it seems like it would be easy to learn from history. It repeats the lesson so often, but no, not mankind. But it's like I think
Right.
personally, like I know in my own life, there's things that I go, okay, that was a big failure or that was a big mess. Don't do
Right.
that again. And I do that. But it's the powers that be that go, hey, look at this is looks way different than the last time. You go, no, 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 it's the
Yes.
same circus with the same monkeys, and you're
Yes.
just bringing it out. And it's like, yeah, when do we get to the place where we say, you know what, we're not going to have those monkeys, and we're not going to play
In the
at that
circus.
circus. We would
Right.
like to have a different circus, please.
Yeah.
And
Like
but
we
no,
know
they
this
just
doesn't work. Let's try something else. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah. I think
But
it's
they
just
no, no, no. I need 4 years to
hmm
change things for everybody, and I'm gonna make it so much better. And you
right.
go, okay. First of all, you got to dig the last, group out of all the spending and stuff that they did, and now, and you think that you can clean that up and then start fresh? No, I think we need to just not have you. Whoops, did I
Right.
say that really loud?
Right. Well, and also like if you get a bum in there for 4 years, that's terrible. If you but you actually need them to stay in longer to make any changes. Like,
Mhm.
but then they're always fighting against the lower people. Yeah, I saw this. Don't eat the ice cream in the nudist beach.
Jeez.
Maybe, maybe.
That's a good one, and
Yeah,
I
we
like
got to bring
Brenda's.
propagation into it though.
Yeah, but well, it's not the
Yeah.
word propagation, but she does say gardening, nudity, internment camps, gardening.
Oh my god. I'm
Oh.
gonna work something out because that's crazy. Oh wow. Something is going on. Yeah, they were saying that a lot of systems got hacked. So yeah, the
So
planes would
planes
be
weren't going.
grounded. Yeah, planes would
Hmm.
be grounded because they can't track them, and they'll be crashing in the sky. Because yeah, that would not be cool.
Okay, gear.
Yeah. Well, it says it. It already says it. There's nothing new under the sun. And for man to enjoy the fruits of his labor, because that's basically all you have, because all is vanity here. And it hasn't changed since that was written in Ecclesiastes. Hasn't changed. I
Mm-mm.
would hope y'all have. Oh, you're at work. All right, Gear. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Gear, I made the first level. I got to the 3000s. I'm in partnership and I got my first what are those things called again?
Super chats. Couple
Super
super
chat.
chats.
Got a super chat
Super, super chat.
from Diva and Misha Lee. My first super chat.
Super
That's
chats.
right. Thank you for the super chats. That was the funniest thing, that movie. Oh my god.
Yes.
Just always like,
Mary Catherine Gallagher. Smell it. Yes.
yes. That's how
I
you
don't
have
know that we
to hear.
did we talk about teleportation. Was that when I was maybe
Yeah.
teleported looking after my chickens or something?
I'm not sure. Did we?
Oh,
We
I guess
might
we
have.
better talk about that.
I
We're two
know.
minutes over, so
Yeah.
we could devote 4 minutes of
Yeah, about
teleport time.
teleportation. Like, if we use teleportation, maybe we could fix some of these problems that have happened over and over again. Like, maybe we could
Yeah,
have somebody teleporting back
back
in time
and
and,
then
like,
just
fix
slap
things.
them across the face and then get back in your little pod and come back. Just keep every single one. Just slap you across the.
Yeah,
No, stop it,
find the
stop it,
original troublemakers and go slap them and
slap
gag
them.
and tie them up until that decision is made
Yeah,
without them. But that,
or,
humanity will
or
probably still make the same mistake.
exactly because yeah, or you bring them back, you bring them forward, and you go, look at what you're doing, look at what happened, and you rub their noses in it, just like a dog. You
Yeah,
shouldn't do that ever again. Don't do that, you
right.
bet. And then take them back, and then slap them, and then come back.
Yeah,
That's what
that
I would
might
do.
work. Yeah,
If I
take
had
them.
teleportation, I'd go back and slap people
Yeah, put
or
them
bring them
in it.
forward, rub their noses in the poo, and then take them back and slap them and then leave.
Right.
All
That
in a matter of
that
like
might
quick seconds.
that might
Hmm.
work. Yeah, I think that might work.
Hmm.
Oh, I wish sweet Tom. Yeah. Wish we could teleport, right? We could visit
Yes.
those that we love that have
Yes.
passed. Imagine if we I
Imagine if we
know.
could.
I know. So I was so sleepy. She's getting yep. Yeah. And that's just part of my natural personality anyway, DCB. So then yeah, when I get sleepy, it gets really wild. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, teleporting. Can you imagine if it was like you couldn't choose when you teleported? Like they just signed you up for this teleportation thing because it's another government project that they just grabbed you
Mm.
right when you go to a new beach. It would be horrible. That'd be like,
Mm.
oh, we have a
Mhm.
job for you. And you just arrive there, like you said, sweet thumb, right off the nudist beach.
Oops.
Oopsie. I'm sorry. Or you're going in to take a shower and they could just do that.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, we have a job. Send him. Boop. Uh, hello, can we, get somebody to tell me so I can get something on? Yeah,
Mhm.
we'd be the people in black suits, men in black.
Mhm.
Yeah, we would still probably make stupid
Oops, I made a
decisions.
mistake. Yeah, teleportation isn't time travel,
Oh, it's
right?
not?
No,
I
it's
thought it
like you're
was.
teleporting. It's so that you could come and hang out with me. That's teleporting. You just come over here.
Oh, it's like those things at the
Super.
bank, like the vacuum tubes. So I just would be vacuum tubed over.
Yep.
I just, I'm here for dinner. How's your head? You kind of landed on it when you get. I'm all right. I forgot to take a
I'm
turn.
fine. I'm fine. Just coming for dinner.
I forgot DCBs. I forgot. It's late. There's only so much that'll stay up here
And
in
we're
my life,
old. Okay,
and we're
we're old
older.
people.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
think in that. We just think teleportation. I'm going back to the past. I'm gonna slap some faces. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's right. We did time travel instead. Sorry. Sorry. We'll cover teleportation with plants next time.
Yes, that movie was so good and so dark and so sad. Yes.
Oh, that's horrible. I think that's why I didn't watch it. Any movie that will tell me that it's gonna be, like, tragic or sad in the beginning and I know it, I will not watch it. I get so affected by movies. I know, right?
People go like we go right off the center here. Like, and
I know.
what if the teleport gets hacked halfway? What if I'm halfway through and now I'm stuck in the
Like
and
The
I can't move?
Fly.
Someone hacked it.
What about that chamber for The Fly, that movie where
Oh
he was
yes,
combined with a fly that went in there, the genetic
yes,
material? That would be
yes. That
horrible.
was awful.
That was just so disgusting.
It
Like,
was
that was so disgusting. But yeah, yeah, I like the
the one
idea
with
of
Jeff
being able to
Goldblum, right?
yes. So
Yeah, I watched
nasty.
that one and I regretted it for many,
Me
many
too.
years because of
Me
the
too, it
imagery that
haunted
would be
me.
in my eyes. It would be like, "Oh, why did I
Mhm.
watch that? Why did I go to that movie?"
That's how I am with movies. I get just too emotionally invested. Like La La Land crushed me. That movie just crushed me. I was like, "No, it's your first love. You gotta be together. What is this?" It was so sad. Just
Yeah.
was like, "No, the two characters need to end up together."
Yeah.
I remember watching some kind of ice skating movie when I was young. Jimmy McNichols was in it. That's how old, like Christy.
Ooh.
Yeah, Christy and Jimmy McNichols back in that day. Jimmy McNichols was in it, and he gets it. They have this what you think is the end of the movie. They win this ice skating competition, and on their way home, he gets killed in an airplane wreck. And I'm like, I'm sobbing. I was like a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Jimmy McNichols, what kind of movie is this? I was so
Yeah.
devastated as a kid.
Like,
Too emotional.
wrong.
Yeah, too sensitive.
Mm.
That was good. All right, guys. Well, since we went sideways and teleported completely off the topic of propagating your plants and learning what you have around you that you can just increase yourself and make some money off of, I think we're going to call it a night.
We are going to call it a night.
Yes,
Thank
we
you all
are.
so much for coming and hanging out.
Yes.
Again, congratulations to you, Miss Carol, for
Thank you.
making the first tier.
Woo-hoo.
Bravo, bravo.
First boss is beaten. You
First boss
too.
beat.
Got him.
Yeah.
Now on to the second big boss. And a plot twist. Always a plot twist. My girlfriend, that was that.
Ah.
That was what way? Like me? Like ding a little bit of a little dingy.
Mhm.
Peace. Yes, say your southern
Trust
goodbye.
the process.
That's the process. Nude
Nude
beaches
beaches and teleportation.
and we have to have propagation in there. So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
propagation.
Good night and God
Okay.
bless y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Good night. God bless you all. Hopefully God can bless
Grazie,
most of it.
grazie, grazie.
Grazie for the night together. I appreciate you all.
Good
Have a good night,
night.
and we'll see you tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, over on
7
Marine.
p.m. Pacific
Yep. See
on
you then.
mine.